Welcome to Greenville, Alabama. The campus, well, actually, it's the stadium for the Greenville High School Tigers, as the Tigers of Eufaula made the 2-hour trip or so southwest to take on the 1-1 Greenville High School Tigers. Of course, the Eufaula Tigers 2-0 in the season. They won their first region contest last week on the road at Headland, 35-20. Tigers fell behind 14-0 in that game early until they finally took the lead just before halftime, 21-20, and of course went on to shut out the Rams in the second half to win 35-20. But a lot of mistakes last week for the Tigers, 4 turnovers, a turnover on downs, and some blown coverages on defense. And the Tigers will need to clean that up this week, Doug, if they want to come to Greenville and come out of here with a win. The Tigers did defeat the Tigers last time they came down here. Overall, the Tigers of Eufaula have had a lot of success against Greenville in the last 20 years or so. Tigers 8-2 overall against Greenville over the last 20 years or so. They were in the same region with Greenville going back 15 years or so back. But tonight, very big. We watched them warm up. A relatively young Greenville team, kind of similar to Eufaula. Quite a few sophomores and juniors that are contributing. But like you'd always expect from Greenville, a lot of size, good size, and we watched the punter down there, pretty good punter for them, but looked like a big and athletic line on both sides of the ball.
Big line, and I tell you, it's something I didn't think about till you were just talking about it then, Keith. We look out there, you see the way that flag's blowing in the wind. He was kicking into the wind with all those punts that we were impressed with. It'll be interesting in a few minutes. If you've been to Greenville in the past, you know the setting. They actually we were told they're voting soon about a new stadium down here. They may have one, they may not. But you know what it looks like. Just relax and we'll bring you the action here tonight. It's a little different sometimes when you're doing TV and you're used to doing radio. You get to describing things they can see anyway, so we'll do the best we can. Very interesting tonight. Actually, Greenville will be coming in as we view the field from the home side. Greenville will be coming in through the band to our right, but our football group is lined up out there. I guess it's on a tennis court or basketball court to the right also. I don't know if we'll be coming in that way or if we'll make the walk all the way down. A little different here. The Tigers got here, they walked on the field, they loaded back on the buses and went, probably a half mile back up the hill to one of the schools to get dressed, and then came back down here for warm-ups. What's not much better for Greenville is they have to come up the hill and to the second floor back here to get ready themselves. Yeah,
it's just not ideal. I mean, this is an old facility. The bathrooms, Charles and I actually, I guess you'd say restroom facilities, but it's an old, certainly an old system. And we see, you may have already mentioned it, but the Eufaula Tigers now, as they wait the kickoff, they're down here on the tennis courts. And if it rains, they're just going to be out in the weather because there's nowhere for them to go that's covered up. So it is what it is, and we'll see. Hopefully they play the football field is the same size as the football field they played on last week, in the same size field that we have up at Tiger Stadium in Eufaula. So that's where the game will be decided tonight. Right now, as you look at the local radar, there is rain in the area, but no rain over the stadium here. And it has not rained since we've been here. We've been here a couple hours already, and we've not experienced any rain. We were in hard rain all the way to Greenville, but as we got closer, it cleared up, and it doesn't look like it's really rained much here today. So that would not be a factor in this game unless it rains later on during the process of the game. But early on, it doesn't look like rain is going to be in the cards for us, at least in the first half, unless something changes. Of course, this time of year with scattered showers and pop-up showers, you never know. It can change rapidly. But we did mention that Greenville is 1-1 coming into this game. And they lost last week to Charles Henderson. Charles Henderson was victorious over Greenville 34-18. Of course, that game was in Troy. The first week of the season, Greenville was victorious over 6A Park Crossing. Park Crossing typically always has athletes, so that's a good win for them, playing up in classification against Park Crossing. So they were 25-19 winners over Park Crossing in overtime, and lost last week to Charles Henderson 34-18. Of course, the Eufaula Tigers 2-0 on the season, having won against Stanhope Elmore in the first game of the year at home, 22-14. That was a game the Tigers started slow in. They actually were behind 7-0 late in the first half before taking a 16-7 lead into halftime. And then, of course, they gave up a third quarter touchdown to Stanhope and then scored a late touchdown to win by the eventual score of 22-14. One region game was played last night, Doug, and it was Charles Henderson over Carroll handily. I think the 38-14, I think was the final score there. 24-14 at halftime. I checked in on it early, and it was 24-14 at halftime, and so 38-14 was the final. So right now, Charles Henderson's 3-0 overall and 2-0 in region number 2.
And Charles Henderson's probably pulling for Greenville tonight, because if Greenville could defeat the Eufaula Tigers, Charles Henderson would be
the only undefeated
team riding the top of the region. So they would surely like that. This is a game that we talked about the size of Greenville. We talked about Eufaula traditions. Always a lot of talent. We were looking back. We talked a little bit about it yesterday, not on air, but NFL folks. Eufaula's been fortunate. I think since 1984, Eufaula's had 8 or 9 people going to play in the NFL. Greenville, I think, was the second most. But if you add all the other teams in the region, they didn't have as many as Eufaula that had went on and played in the NFL. When you start looking at all state, it's really kind of off a little bit, because you got teams like Headland or Rehoboth that played in smaller classifications years ago before 84, or after 84, but not recently. So it's not really apples to apples. But these two teams combined out on the field tonight had like 300 and something all-state players since then, in the high 300s. They had like double of what the rest of the region had put together. So 5A Region 2, a lot of talent between these two teams, and it'll be on the field here tonight as usual.
That's right, and we did not mention early on that Eufaula was ranked 10th last week going into Headland, and despite the struggles in Headland, the Tigers moved up a spot in the polls this week. Of course, this early the polls really don't mean a whole lot, but you do like to be recognized, and the Tigers are currently 9th in the 5A poll, the Alabama Sports Writers poll. So the Tigers would certainly love to come out here and get a quick start tonight, something they haven't done the first 2 weeks of the season, and not fall behind against this Greenville Tiger team. Greenville, as we said, looks to run the ball. Eufaula, of course, has been fairly balanced so far this year, passing for a little over 200 yards per game. Running for a little over 200 yards per game, passing for 158 yards per game. They'll need probably both things tonight to try to keep this big Greenville front honest. But Doug, we talked about it last night on the coaches show. The young offensive line has really done a good job to this point. Only can remember one sack on the season, and that came against Stanhope Elmore. And it resulted in a turnover that led to Stanhope's first touchdown. But only one sack. This young line has really done a good job through two games.
They have, and for a young group, they really have done a great job. And as we were talking earlier, Eufaula is actually walking. If we were at home, where all our old tennis courts were, kind of behind the concession stand, is about equivalent to where they were down there talking after their warm-ups. They're going to go the distance of the field outside behind the bleachers and come in from the other end zone. But, Keith, I just noticed, too, y'all talked a lot about technology last night on the coaches show, and the drone is already in the air. I'm surprised to see it, because the flag is probably in Charles's picture showing the scoreboard, but it's standing pretty well straight out. There's a good strong breeze from, I'm guessing, you probably, I don't know, I would say, man, I don't know, is that east to west?
We'll have to get the compass app out on our phone here in a moment to be able to tell, but I'm not sure, but that drone is staying steady up there. I mean, I guess the newer, more expensive drones have a stability feature that'll just maintain that one spot, and it's certainly kind of staying there. It's rocking just a little bit, but it's right on that. If to our left was north and to the right is south, it's in the south end zone. If you've been to Greenville before, we're obviously on the home sidelines. We are sitting right on midfield. We couldn't ask for a better spot. Compared to last week, we were in the bleachers on the 9th row on the visiting side. Tonight, we are well elevated above the field and right on midfield, so we should have a good vantage point to call the game for you tonight. But as you're sitting here looking at the field from the home side, that drone Doug's talking about is to our right in the end zone.
I don't know what you call it. You've got a drone. Maybe it's airborne minutes or ABMs or whatever, but there'll be a little less tonight with it fighting that
I would
breeze.
think so, and most drones only, at the very tops has about 30 minutes of flight time And I'm surprised they have it up at this point, unless it's just for a highlight video. Maybe they're just going to film the team going through the.
It may not be ours. It could be Greenville. I have no idea. It's actually on the Greenville end.
It's on the Greenville end, so I would bet it's Greenville's, and they're going to take a shot of the band, the team as they run down through the sign and onto the field. But given that, you would think they'd probably take it out to midfield and shoot them as they run towards it. Who knows? Yeah. At any rate, there is a drone up. Eufaula's sign is an impressive-looking sign that they've got down here to our left.
Well, and I hate to do it, but we got to take a break before the start. I don't think we're fixing to come through just yet, but let's take a quick timeout before we get started. About 4 minutes away from game time. We'll be back with Eufaula High School football after this commercial timeout.
When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Sam Wise in Eufaula today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Sure.
And we're back in Greenville, Alabama. We're still waiting on the captains and the teams to take the field. And
ours is out there. Greenville is yet to come out of the locker room with theirs.
And we got some clarification during the timeout. That end zone that we're looking at that Greenville will come out on is actually the east end zone. The Tigers will come out from the corner. I guess that would be the northwest corner of the stadium is where the Tigers will be coming out. And
kind of a little strange here. We've seen the rain move from west to east all day today. We got here, like you talked about, and hey, this we talked about on the way down here. If you're going snow skiing, you want some fresh snow. If you're Greenville, the way you run your offense, you want a rainy night, and we thought that's what we do. Knock on wood. So far, this is a perfect night for football. Good breeze blowing from right to left, but it's actually the opposite of the way the rain's been moving all day.
That's right. So. And looking at the radar right now, I mean, there's some showers over to the west of us, around Monroeville and Camden to the north. And my goodness, okay, here comes the captains. They're coming. That's unusual as well, though. They're coming down. They came. The press box here has a tunnel through the middle of it, right on midfield, and that's how we walk in when we were trying to get to the concession stand or the restroom facilities here. But the captains and now maybe the entire team is walking right down here. They're right down underneath us. They're coming right underneath us and walking down through the crowd, down through the bleachers onto the field. And I guess the rest of the team is going to go to the right and maybe go through the sign.
Well, that's the way they came in warm-ups, and that's the way the drone's down there ready for. This is definitely not seniors because they didn't have that many seniors. So actually they're coming down this way, and now they're jogging down to the far end zone. So apparently a little something, I don't know if it's different or what for Greenville, but something a little different you don't see. They come through the crowd, get pumped up, get high fives from the crowd as they go onto the field.
It's pretty neat, actually. You get I'm not being critical at all. It's pretty neat because they're having some interaction with the fans here as they come in. And so anyway, and the neat thing is tonight you're able to see that, what we're telling you about. So the captains are out on the field, and we'll hopefully let you know what happens. Big number 75 is the captain for them, and we actually do not have 75 on our preliminary roster. We'll see if we have him on an updated roster. Pretty big young man. Almost looks like Ricky McGilvery out there.
I'm going to tell you what. He's actually, you see Pat out there. We know how big Pat is. He looks to be well, he's got his helmet on, so it's hard to tell. He's at least as tall as Pat. We'll put it that way.
6'6". That's a good call. 6'6", 280, senior. 6'6", 280. So we'll see. Like I said, anytime you come to Greenville, and the guy beside of him, he looks small comparatively, but Walter Stone 6'4", 305 senior.
Keith, I can't make out everything on the flag. It's something apparently about the last time we played or something. I don't know. Maybe you can make heads or tails of that and figure that out.
Something about 2017. That is the last time we played.
Just had, the Tigers win the toss and will receive and will defend the right goal as we view the field from the home side. They will be going right to left. And I just wanted Keith to be able to try to check out the sign. I couldn't see it from over here. He's got
2017 was your victory this year. Eufaula, I don't know. It's over my head, I suppose. I can't make it out. But
I'm sure they understand.
It's a take on sarcasm somehow or another, but I can't quite interpret it. But the Tigers are taking the field, and as Doug said early on, Tigers in all white pants, white jerseys, red numerals, red headgear, just as we were last week. Greenville all black uniforms, black pants, black jerseys, white numerals, and black headgear. So I don't know if you were on the air or if it was off the air.
It was off the air.
It was off the air, but no excuse for either team confusing the other, throwing the ball or whatever, because there's a definite difference between the two.
It's almost strange looking as is such a contrast. Usually there's an offset, a red jersey, white pants, or more stripes or something like that. But, with the exception of the red helmet, it's all white pretty much for Eufaula. And then when you come over to the Greenville side, it's black pants, black shirts, black helmets, all black. So it's not a lot of in between. It's either yours or theirs.
And so the Tigers are taking the field. The Tigers will receive the opening kickoff. And I didn't see the toss. I'm assuming Greenville won the toss and deferred.
I just saw him say Eufaula was receiving. That's all I saw.
Okay.
I know Pat was a captain. Janze was a captain. I think it was 7 and 20 something for us. It's kind of hard to see around the big guy from Greenville out there. So we watched in warm-ups. We didn't see any extra points, or I didn't. I know you might have saw something I didn't in extra points, or as far as a kicker kicking off a tee. He's only going to take a 3-yard approach here. Now, they got a very good punter, but we didn't see any off-the-ground kicking before this game started, so I'm not sure what they have as far as a kickoff man here. We're not very deep.
Tigers will be moving from right to left. It's a straightaway kicker, and he puts a good foot into it. It comes down to the 11-yard line. It's going to be Nick Floyd looking to bring it back up the middle. He gets to the 20, and that's going to be it. First and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Tigers.
I don't know what we were doing on that kickoff team, but there was about 6 Greenville Tigers that must not have been touched at all. That was awaiting him to come all the way back across the field as we had a right return. It didn't work out real well.
No, it did not. So
20-yard line.
Hey, don't press the record button. That's our job.
So the Tigers come out in a shotgun formation, a pair of receivers to the near side, to the left, one to the right, one back in the backfield behind the senior quarterback, Cotton. Going to throw a pass. It's complete to LaCaviante Pugh. He's going to lower his head. He's going to get out near first down up around the 30-yard line as he slipped out into the right flat. The pass was complete, and it's going to be a 10-yard gain. They're going to move the flags. Move the sticks. 10-yard gain for the Tigers.
Nice play as Greenville was really concentrating on the run there.
Going to hand it off. It's going to be the back looking to turn the corner, Harris. He was out last week. Did not play, but it's going to be no gain on that play. No gain for the Tigers on first down, second down, and 10.
They're really selling out up front, daring the Tigers to throw the ball here. Second and 10 now for the Tigers from their own 30-yard line.
So Red Harris starts at tailback for the Tigers. 4 receivers motion back to the right. Now it's going to be Slaughter taking it on a speed sweep around the right end, looking to turn the corner. He does. Clotheslined. They're going to clothesline him up around. I thought he got closer to the 40. They are going to spot it now, maybe around the 38. We'll wait and see. I thought he got a little closer to the 40 than that. They are going to spot it ahead. They did. Good spot, as it turns out, up almost the 39-yard line. It's going to be third and just over a yard for the Tigers. Third, call it a long yard. They're going to hand it to Harris up the middle. Harris lowers his head. He's going to get his first down, but not much more. Give Harris 2 yards on that gain, and the Tigers do move the chains after an 8-yard gain and now a 2-yard gain. And the Tigers have their second first down of this initial drive here with 10:22 and the clock rolling here in the first quarter play.
They mark him out just across the 41, just across the 40, not quite the 41-yard line.
They shift Pugh over to the left, now motion by Slaughter. Slaughter's going to take it on a speed.
Flag.
Yeah, they're going to say that we weren't set maybe. I'm not sure about it. Now.
How about a helmet?
They're not going to throw that flag. That should have been another flag. That should have been offsetting right there. They're going to call motion on the Tigers. That'll cost the Tigers 5. Not sure if that was the right. That probably was the right call, Doug, if they made it when both players were moving. But they let them get set and snap the ball and show the play before they threw the flag.
Yeah. So the first penalty will go against the Tigers. And Keith, where he marked it off to, I guess that's 5. Okay. Looked like more than 5, but the Tigers trying to run against this big Greenville front.
They've done some success so far with Slaughter around the end. Going to hand it off to Harris up the middle. That play is going to be tough. Good hard running by Harris. He's going to pick up 3 yards, so that's going to bring up second down and 12 now.
Tell you what, he got more than I thought he was going to get as he ran up in the line. The line did a good job of pushing forward, and they actually ran to the right side. We have 2 sophomores on the right side, a junior center, a sophomore left guard, and then a senior, Pat, on the left side. Oh, we got numbers over here.
Slot to the wide side. Cotton's going to take it. He's going to look to throw for the second time tonight. He throws it complete. Browning Anderson catches it as he goes down about the 47-yard line. The first down would come at the 49 of Greenville. So that play is going to pick up about 7, we'll call it 8 yards on that gain. But it brings up 3rd and 4 for the Tigers.
Tell you what, the guy over there in front of the Eufaula bench is not giving us a real good spot. As I watched through the binoculars that time, let's hope that extra yard and a half doesn't come back to haunt us.
3 receivers to the left. Cotton's looking. He's going to throw it. He throws it complete to Pugh. Pugh's going to turn upfield into Greenville Tiger territory. He'll have his first down as that play went from the 47 of Eufaula down to the 44-yard line of Greenville. So give him 9 yards on that completion. Cotton comes out 3 for 3 to start off, and the Tigers have picked up 3 first downs. More importantly, they overcome the procedure penalty, Doug, and move the chains. They're in Greenville Tiger territory.
Good job by Cotton waiting that time, too, till he came open.
This is going to be Chubb Nelson on his first carry of the game. Good second and third effort. He's going to take it down to the 40-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 4. It really didn't look like a whole lot was there. He averaged almost 10 yards a carry last week for the Tigers in his 2022 season debut. So second down 6 now. 3 receivers to the wide side right. 1 Chubb Nelson in the backfield behind Cotton. Nelson takes it. He has daylight. He's in the open field. He's inside the 30, inside the 25. He's going to take it to the 21-yard line. Count that off as 19. Actually, they're going to spot him, but it looks like maybe the 22. It's 18 or a 19-yard gain. Either way, it's a first down for the Tigers. A nice run by Nelson, picking up where he left off last week. They're going to spot him at the 22-yard line. So 18 yards on that carry for Chubb Nelson. Cotton takes, he hands to Nelson again. He's going to be stacked up and be held to no gain on that play. Doug, a big size advantage up front for Greenville, but so far the Tigers have done a good job on the ground on this possession already.
It's not only size, it's numbers. They're bringing a lot of people up in the box. Line's done a good job. That play no gain, but still they're finding holes.
35 yards on the ground on this possession, 27 through the air so far. But second down and 10 now for the Tigers from the Greenville 22-yard line. 3 receivers left. Cotton takes it. He's going to hand it to his back in the backfield, Harris, who finds some running room. He takes it straight up the gut for a good 8 yards. It's going to be to the 14-yard line. The first down would come around the 12, so third down and 2, we'll call it. Third down 2 for the Tigers from the 14. Tigers quickly up, running quickly here. They're going to snap the ball, and they're going to throw a flag. I do not know. The way they threw that, it's got to be, you would think, on the Tigers unless Greenville tried to substitute. But Eufaula went extremely fast there. It looked like they were all set, but a flag came down.
Illegal substitution
They
against
caught
Greenville.
They caught Greenville with
yes.
many men on the
We
field.
talked about that on the coaches show last night. A free 5, and it's a first down for the Tigers.
That is the 5th first down of this first possession for Eufaula.
If he snaps it now, they get him again. Up, he gets off.
Motion by Slaughter. They're going to hand it off inside this time. Harris makes the first man miss and cuts back to the right side and picks up yardage down to the 5-yard line. So that would be a gain of 4 yards on the first play. That'll be second down and goal from the 5.
Harris got stopped at the line, but he showed very quick feet starting up again and making it positive yards.
Harris takes in the backfield. He's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage and fight back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that play. It'll be third and goal from the 5-yard line. Already 6-16 and counting here in the first quarter. This is the first possession for either team. Eufaula's moved from their 20-yard line all the way down to the 5 of Greenville.
You remember the quick pass at Russell County? I was looking for 15. He's in there at the left slot. I don't know if they'll throw it out this way over there to him, but it was actually about this point on the field that they threw it to him. Cotton does not understand as he's looking over to the sideline. Look for a timeout. There it is. Let's take a timeout, too. We'll be back with more Eufaula High School Tiger football after this commercial timeout.
Attention contractors, is your metal roofing provider slowing you down? Apex Metal Express fills orders within a week. 40-year finish warranty, 17 different colors, and multiple truss styles. Work more and wait less.
In sports, the goal is to be the best. The same is true for Alpha Insurance. We work to make every quote, claim, or call a highlight. That's why customers consistently give Alpha high marks for service. Call Alpha and let us help you save on home, car, and life insurance. In Eufaula, call Alpha agents Keith or Brooke Bryan at 334-687-8268 or stop by our office at 1326A South Eufaula Avenue.
Well, they were coming back out on the field. Back in Greenville, they actually started out on the field, and the head official stopped both teams from coming out, I guess because of a heat timeout. So, Charles, let's take another commercial as they're going to take a heat timeout here, too. Maybe it would have been nice if we would have got our timeout back.
That's right.
We'll be back with more Eufaula.
Proudly serving the Eufaula area for over 30 years, Wertz Consulting is here to help you with all of your IT needs. Call Chris Wertz at 334-695-2820. Kenny Whitehead Incorporated has called Eufaula home since 1965. Today, the family-owned business owns and operates 119.
Back in Greenville, Tigers are about to run the 14th play of the opening possession of the game. Began back at the 20-yard line. They have third and goal from the 5-yard line as they move from right to left. We view them here from the home side at Greenville. Cotton in the backfield with one back behind him, Chubb Nelson. He has a back in motion to the right. That's going to be Slaughter. Slaughter takes it. No, he throws it, and it was caught in the end zone for a touchdown. Touchdown, Tigers. Boy, that worked out. LaCaviante Pugh with an outstanding catch in the end zone as he laid back to catch that football. Boy, the Tigers score first. They lead 6-0.
How many yards was that, Keith?
5 yards.
All right.
14 plays, 80 yards, and 6 minutes and 21 seconds off the clock. Tigers shift over from the swinging gate. They shift over in the conventional. Wingate 5 of 5 last week in Headland. There's the snap. The kick by Wingate's up, straight down the middle. It is good. The Tigers, if you follow, with 5:39 to go in the first quarter of play, they lead 7-0 over the homestanding Greenville Tigers. Good way to start the first time the Tigers have led first in a game this year.
Tell you what, I was looking down there, and I still can't believe he made that catch. That was a great catch in the end zone. Tigers march it all the way down the field, 80 yards, overcoming a penalty. I think Cotton was 4 for 4 in the passing.
He was 4 for 4.
So a great drive there, and if they could come out and stop Greenville and put another score up, we would know how it felt for the other teams the first 2 weeks.
That's right. That's right. But yeah, Copeland Cotton 4 for 4 for 32 yards and a touchdown on that first possession. The Tigers, at one point they had 35 yards rushing, Doug. I'll have to add it up to see, but if they had If they had 32 yards, they had to have
well,
48.
They overcame the penalty, so I've got,
Had to
let's
have
see,
48 yards rushing.
40, 48, 52. I've got 52, 53, but they overcome a 5-yard penalty.
That's right.
So.
Number 14 to number 15 on that touchdown connection. And the Tigers, as we said, lead 7-0.
We called the Russell County play from a couple of weeks ago.
No doubt, you did. You called it correctly. Salas has the ball in the air. It's a good driving kick that comes down inside the 5. He picks it up at the 1. It's a slow developing play to see if the Tigers stay in their lanes. They take him out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Actually, it's going to be about the 18-yard line where they spot him out. But either way, Tigers did a pretty good job covering that kick, and a great kickoff that time as it drove inside the 10. Then he misplayed it. So that's where the Tigers defense will dig their heels in for the first time tonight at the 18-yard line of Greenville.
It was kind of a knuckleball, hard driving kick, and he caught it above his head, kind of out to the side of his shoulder. Can't be an easy catch. Probably why he fumbled it, and it was almost big trouble for the Greenville Tigers. Wing T formation. That's always a tough offense to defend. We'll see what the Tigers have, as they have a 6-man front.
Typically a lot of misdirection. Now Greenville shift 2 players out wide to the left.
Up. Same thing.
Now they're going to shift. They were just trying to draw the Tigers off sides, it looks like. I mean, they had shifts, 2 different shifts, but they're going to call the penalty.
Well,
it backfires. It went against Greenville.
Oh, did it? Okay. Good deal. I tell you something, it looked like Greenville. Greenville had 2 receivers when they shifted out. We didn't shift over to cover them.
Yeah.
Deja vu last week, first play.
Right.
Resulting in an 80-yard touchdown pass last week. Line of scrimmage will be back at the 13-yard line now for the Greenville Tigers, 1st and 15. This time 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Actually, they're shifting another one over now. So
a lot of movement by Greenville. They're stacking receivers, stacked to either side. Now they're shifting the line over, so it's unbalanced line to the short side of the field, short side left. They're going to throw it. They threw it. Janze almost tipped that ball, but they threw it to the big tight end, the big sophomore tight end, 6'2", 220. And they picked up, looks like maybe a yard when all was said and done, dug out to the 14-yard line. That was much ado about nothing right there. A lot of movement, not much payoff.
Janze about made it pay off for 6 for the Tigers. He is so quick getting in the backfield.
So Greenville on second down. Second down and 14. They will go with the stacked receivers to the right this time. And they shift the linemen around again. They're going to stack actually go 2 receivers to the wide side left.
And he looks over to the sideline. They're trying to get a mismatch.
There's going to be another penalty flag dropped.
I tell you, number 75 is going to get a penalty. That's the second play in a row. Actually, did a flag? A flag came from the other side, but that was a motion or something. That's the second time he's kind of had his hands in the face of the Tigers. He's actually going right up under the face mask on his block into the face mask of the Tiger defensive lineman. That's the second one in 2 plays. We'll watch to see if that's called.
So it's going to take it back inside the 10-yard line to the 9-yard line. 4:48 to go in the first quarter. Eufaula leads 7-0. Greenville now with second down. The first down would come at the 28-yard line, so it's going to be second down and 19 yards to go. They have a lot of shifting around once again. They have 4 receivers. Back moved early. They're going to run just a straight quarterback run, and it picks up a yard to the 10-yard line.
So he takes our guy down that time and kind of roughs him up on the ground and then gets up and straddles over him. We've seen that call before, but yeah, he's going to he's a big old young man, but I think he's met his match.
Well, the Tigers did make some adjustments on defense for tonight. Big Pat, we didn't talk about it in the pregame, but a couple of the big linemen, Pat Screws is one of them playing defense tonight.
Timeout Greenville. Let's take a timeout. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout break.
Benny Whitehead Incorporated has called Eufaula home since 1965. Today, the family-owned business owns and operates 119 tractors and trailers and employs over 150 people. Benny Whitehead is nationally known as a leader in safety and keeping the air clean and fuel consumption low. Benny Whitehead Incorporated loves Eufaula and would like to wish Lakeside and Eufaula safe and successful seasons.
They've run 2 plays. Got it. Should be 3rd down 18. We'll see. Yes, 3rd down on the far sideline. 3rd and 18 for the Greenville Tigers. They have picked up a couple of penalties here on this possession, and the Tiger defense, as we said before we went to commercial break, Big Patrick Screws is playing on the defensive front.
Parker Simmons
tonight.
is out there tonight too. So we got the left side of our offensive line doing double duty on defense.
4:19 to go in the first quarter. The clock's back in motion now. There's a snap. Yanze Pierre unabated to the quarterback. The quarterback's got some running room. It's going to be Yanze chasing him out of bounds. He picks up some positive yardage up around the 18-yard line.
There it goes. 75, and he's trying to start a fight. He ripped our guy's helmet off as he'll go out of the game now. I'm not real impressed with him so far.
We bragged on his size in the opening, but he is not a good citizen on the football field, doesn't look like. So, at any rate, it's going to be a 4th down. The more important thing is
he's done something, but he's luckily he didn't cost his team.
It's 3 and out.
45 yards in penalties. They got a very good punter, but he stands at his 5. A lot of pressure.
Punts it away. It's a wobbly spiral into the wind. It's going to hit at the 50, but takes a big Greenville bounce. Actually, it's going to be about a 9-yard bounce. The Tigers will take over 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. But the Tigers with a 7-0 lead, 3:49 to go in the first quarter. Defense did their job. They held Greenville to 10. Greenville did pick up 10 yards in 3 plays, but they had 2 penalties for 10 yards, and it was a 3 and out.
Tigers quickly back out. They're ready to set the ball. There we go. Play clock starts, 25 seconds.
So pistol formation has been the formation of choice for most of the year so far for the Tigers. Cotton's 4 for 4, looking to go 5 for 5. He throws it, intended for Tron Mitchell. The wide receiver was kind of running a post route over the right side. The pass a little high, incomplete. It brings up a 2nd down and 10. So the first incompletion of the night for Eufaula comes with 3:41 to go in the first quarter. Handoff up the middle. Lowering his head is going to be Red Harris. He breaks tackles and takes it up across the 45 to around the 47-yard line. So a 6-yard gain for the senior running back, Red Harris, but it's a good hard run that time from Harris. So 3rd down and 4. It's a conversion situation. It's actually a long 4 for the Tigers. Shotgun formation once again for Cotton. He takes it. He's going to look to throw. He throws a pass. Low once again intended for Tron Mitchell. Pass incomplete. So it's going to be looks like a 3 and out for the Tigers as brings up punting situation. But the good thing, Doug, if you're going to punt, at least you're punting with a pretty strong wind right now.
Yeah, still got the wind. Not real impressive. Cotton was just way off on 2 of those passes, and Tigers come up a little short on a 4th and, well, I thought it was 4th and 3, but it's about almost 4th and 5, 4th and 4.
There's a snap to Anderson. Anderson with no rush. He gets it away. It's a low kick. Doesn't really take advantage of the wind, but it takes a big roll. It's going to be an effective kick as it's going to roll inside the 10, roll dead at the 5. So that's where Greenville will take over. A very effective punt. That punt traveled 48 yards, and Greenville will be backed up with 2:47 to go in the first quarter. Eufaula leading 7-0 to be 1st and 10 Greenville from their own 5.
Well, I'll give you 50-50 odds that there's not a personal foul on this drive one way or the other that 75 is not involved in.
I would say there's a good possibility of that, just judging by the first possession.
Because I thought they would maybe tone him down a little bit when he come to the sideline, but he was highly celebrated on the Greenville sideline. So we'll see here. He's the left tackle as the quarterback's lined up at his own goal line.
They shift the offensive line once again. Now they bring another shift. I've never seen so much shifting in high school football. They're in a tight set now. The quarterback's going to keep it, going to try to run around the left end. They're running away from Yanze. He does pick up about 2 yards. Took a big hit from someone from the middle. I did not catch the number that hit him, but it was a big hit. A 2-yard gain. Did you get the number of the Tiger that hit him? I missed it.
I did not. I was watching 75. But it was a good hit. Patrick Screws actually had an arm out, almost got the quarterback about the goal line, but was unable to get him. So it'll be second and, I guess, 8.
2:12 and counting here in the first quarter. Once again, Greenville, all kinds of shifts up on the offensive line. One back in the backfield with the quarterback. It's a big back listed at 220. Now there's a flag coming down. They're going to call procedure once again on Greenville. That is definitely working against them. Doug, that's the third legal procedure penalty against Greenville. So 2nd and 8 now goes to 2nd and 13.
Greenville takes 2 receivers out, brings in 2 linemen, 53 and 76, I think it was, checks into the game. So they have 7 linemen in the game now. We'll see if they shift over. Actually, because their backs are against the wall, the ball is, that was at the 7, so shouldn't it have been half the distance?
It should have been half the distance.
Because they got it, now they're moving it. Okay,
yeah.
I was going to say it was down about the 2. Now they move it back out, what is that, the 3.5, 4 yard line?
It should be.
Yeah, so that's correct. But they have a goal line set now.
Yeah, all tight. Everyone, but don't be surprised.
Fumble!
Ball's on the ground. The quarterback picks it up, but he's going to be in a lot of trouble. He's going to go back to about the 2 yard line. We'll call it a loss of 1 on the play. But
he was fortunate to not get a safety there. Yeah, actually fortunate that he did. The Eufaula Tigers didn't get 6, but the ball was on the ground. And you know, that wing T, now they're bringing receivers back in, and the 2 linemen come back out. But that wing T, that slot guy gets a head start every time, and it almost looks like motion, but it's really not. But he went one way, the quarterback went the other.
Big players in the backfield. The quarterback is a senior at 6'2", 195. The running back with him is Ronald Davis. He is 6'1", 220. So, as we said, Greenville with a lot of size. Now they have 4 receivers split. There's going to be another flag, another motion penalty. This will only be a 1 yard.
I tell you what, here we go. We need to bring the begging cup again this week. Is it something against Greenville motion? 75 got his butt whooped that time by Yanze.
I saw it.
And when Yanze stood over him, they wanted a penalty. Well,
he was just stepping over him. I was watching
the same thing he did to our guys.
Yeah, but I mean, he was just trying to get up and he had to step to get out.
Yeah, but Yanze put him on his back.
I saw that.
So after the penalty, that's getting awful close to that goal line down there.
It could potentially be a safety if things don't go exactly right here, because if it's 3rd down, the first down would come all the way out the 15-yard line. It's 3rd and 14. Quarterback with a lot of time. They held in the end zone. They throw a pass into the end zone. He breaks the initial containment. He takes a big hit. Yanze Pierre hits him at the 5-yard line. So it's going to be 4th and 10 once again for the Greenville Tigers. They punted on 4th and 10 last time. They'll punt again on 4th and 10. That play picked up 4 yards, a very dangerous play. He threw it basically a lateral in the end zone after a hold right underneath the goalpost.
I said I was going to call it tonight, Keith, with 33 seconds left. Clock's running. Yanze hit him so hard I think that boy forgot the 3rd grade.
Tigers drop Tron Mitchell back deep to return this. Ball's going to be punted. It's a high, wobbly spiral that's going to hit, take a big Greenville bounce. Going to roll all the way down to the 40-yard line. So that is going to be a 65.
Still run. Oh, there it stops.
I'm sorry. It's going to be a 55-yard punt. 55-yard punt. But I don't know why we didn't come up and catch that ball. We had plenty of time to fair catch that ball. We would have saved 15 yards of field position there.
It's after the troubles we've had some with the punts. I don't know. I tell you what, when that kid kicks with this wind in a few minutes, he's going to really be booming some. 8.9 seconds left. The Tigers will get their 3rd possession, 1st and 10. Went a long drive to start with, but then went 3 and out on their last possession. They'll have one play here before the end of the quarter.
Cotton calling for the shotgun snap. He's going to take it. He's going to play action. He throws it. It's going to be intercepted. He threw it straight to the Greenville pass. Now, the last 3 passes by Cotton have not been very good. He's thrown inaccurately to Tron Mitchell on 2 plays last time, and he threw it straight to the Greenville Tiger on that play, which is almost the last play of the first quarter. So that's 3 interceptions on the season. There was an interception against Stanhope, one last week against Headland, and now already one here in the first half against Greenville. You hope that's not a big momentum-changing play there.
Well, this got Greenville off their goal line for the first time in this game, and they're into Tiger territory at the 42-yard line. So they can open their offense up a little bit here if they wish to. They've had their backs against the wall the whole first quarter. They move 75 to the other side. He's had enough of Pierre. Fumble again.
Quarterback fumbles it. He's going to be tackled in the backfield. I think that's going to be Parker Simmons on the tackle. So good play by the sophomore, a loss of 4 on that play. And that ends the first quarter. With the end of the first quarter, Eufaula leads 7-0. We'll be back with more Tiger football after this commercial break.
The family at Impressive Collision Center has been in business since 1940.
That's impressive.
Your transportation is one of the largest investments you have, so keep it looking new at Impressive. From a major crash to a small dent, Impressive can help.
Now impressive.
They work closely with all insurance companies and give you a great price on your minor mishaps.
Wow, impressive.
And don't forget to check out all the accessories from install winches, brush guards, and bed covers.
Impressive. Give them a call. Impressive Collision Center, 317 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-4400.
We're back in Greenville where the Tigers lead the Tigers of Greenville by a score of 7-0. But Greenville, after the Copeland Cotton interception, have it second down and 14 at the Eufaula Tiger 46-yard line. So Doug, the Tiger defense has done a great job holding Greenville without a first down so far tonight. Of course, Greenville has helped them with 3 penalties on the Greenville offense. Actually, 4 penalties on the Greenville offense. It'd be nice to see another one of those 5-yard procedure penalties here.
Yeah, procedure penalty, or they're having trouble getting the snap off, and we appreciate that. I want to say thanks to a good crowd that come. We're not completely full on our side, but we're close as they'll flip-flop the field here now. A lot of people, standing room only on the Greenville side, end zones. They got charcoal grills, tailgating. They're 7-8 deep here around on the Greenville side. So another good crowd coming out to watch the Eufaula Tigers tonight.
Greenville.
Wow. We got a lot of folks on the line.
Got a 2 guys split
7.
to the left. They don't shift this time. Pass it out. Jonze's trying to scoop it. He's trying to scoop it. Tigers are going to finally fall on it, I think. They do recover. Jonze was dribbling the ball down the field.
I wouldn't be surprised to see it come back up here because he dribbled that ball, like you said, for 10 or 15 yards
Yeah,
at least.
Get it at the 28-yard line, looks like.
We know one thing, out of all the things Jonze is very good at, scooping the ball off the ground while he's running. I guess it's a long way to bend down for such a guy, but a great break there for the Tigers.
16-second possession for Greenville, and Eufaula's offense right back out on the field at the 28-yard line. Going to hand it off to Nelson. Nelson going to have a short gain down to about the 26 or 7-yard line.
Yeah, they're only going to mark him about a yard, so they say the 27 looks like from here.
They say no gain. He actually gained about a yard. We'll give him a yard on that play. So 4th possession for the Tigers here as we early in the second quarter. Tigers start this possession with 11:47 on the clock. Looking to put more points on the board. Greenville jumped, but
wow, how
they
far
got
offside
back.
you got to be?
No contact. 15 seconds on the play clock. Still plenty of time for the Tigers. 3 receivers to the wide left, 1 split to the right.
In high school, it's neutral zone. You get in it, you're offsides.
To Mitchell, it's a pass intended for Tron Mitchell. It's going to be incomplete. That brings up 3rd and 9. Penalties laying right just in about where the linebackers line up.
How did we get an illegal man downfield that fast?
Yeah, that was basically a 2-step throw, just a fade route.
Yeah, that was an awful quick pass to have an illegal man downfield. In all fairness, I didn't see it, but
I didn't see it either, and it could have been legitimate. But if I'm Eufaula, that's only a 5-yard penalty. Is it down over? Yeah.
Yes.
I take that penalty.
Oh,
if I'm Eufaula, I'm in favor of that penalty. Because now it's 2nd down and 14. The Tigers got an extra down to make up this distance. Pugh in motion. He shifts to the left. Now Slaughter takes it on just a little Utah pass. He has a lot of running room. Slaughter, the secondary. Slaughter may go 10, 5, touchdown! Aurelia Slaughter, the sophomore, from 34 yards out. From 32 yards out. And the Tigers have scored their second touchdown with 10:36 to go in the first quarter.
Actually, a pass play because he tossed it, correct?
Yes. Yep. So that pass play, 32 yards, and a Tiger touchdown. So already 2 touchdown passes tonight for the Tigers. That drive covers 28 yards officially. They're going to call procedure on Eufaula for some reason with the swinging gate.
And Jarrell does not like that. I don't know if he's hollering at the official or hollering at our guys.
1:11. Officially, it was a 2-play, 28-yard drive. And 1:11 off the clock. A little longer, point after touchdown this time, but Wingate puts a big foot into it, and it's straight down the middle. Straight down the middle. So the Tigers lead 14-0 early in the second quarter, 10:36 to go here in the second quarter play. And Doug, I tell you, I mean, we've made a couple of small mistakes, but the Tigers have started fast here. It's been Greenville making the mistakes tonight.
Actually, it scared me when we swapped that field position in a 5-second possession, basically on one play, an interception. But Greenville has had problems of their own up to this point, holding on to the ball, and just a lot of pressure from Pierre and that whole defense running at 6-man front. That wing T, they're getting so tight, and you just kind of match man for man. Eufaula playing their heart out against a much bigger Greenville Tiger front. So far, things have been great. With 10:36 to go in the second quarter, the Eufaula Tigers lead 14-0.
I tell you what, Slaughter shows he looks pretty fast going around that end. He had a lot of real estate that time when he turned the corner.
It must be going to be a pooch kick because they got Wingate kicking off into the wind. And Greenville's back real deep, so I don't think they catch on to this. It's an onside kick. And I think we got it.
We got it. We did. We got it.
We saw that one. Greenville was not ready for that. They were back deep. We saw Wingate come out. I was looking for a pooch, and it was actually an onside. Great call as Greenville was totally unprepared that time. They were back around the goal line thinking it was going to be another booming kickoff. I'm not the best. My eyesight's not great, but I can tell the difference in Wingate and the other kicker.
Right.
As we slipped one over on him there and grab an extra possession. The officials were talking about it, but he just signaled first down Tigers. Eufaula Tigers.
This will be Eufaula's 5th possession. Only 3 possessions so far tonight for Greenville, and they'll take over at the 46-yard line of the Greenville Tigers. Shotgun formation for Cotton once again. He'll take the snap. He'll hand it off to his back, Harris. Harris carrying the pile down inside the 45 to the 41-yard line.
Down the field. Big Pat lead. He actually pulled and went up through the hole, and Harris put his hand on his back. They got Harris from behind, but Pat just kept making a hole 10 yards down the field. Yeah.
So 2nd and 5. Going to be handoff once again.
Play.
Harris going to break to the outside this time. Harris going to have his first down. He takes it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of 12 yards for Red Harris. So the Tigers move the chains once again with another first down. It'll be 1st and 10 Eufaula. They're actually going to spot it right at the 30-yard line. He went down about the 29, but that'll be fine. 1st and 10 Tigers from the 30. 9:38 and counting here in the second quarter. Eufaula leading 14-0.
Oh my goodness,
face
what a
mask.
face mask.
Yep. That was going to be the first big play for Greenville, as they were going to sack Cotton only for the second time this year. Would Copeland Cotton go down with a sack, but the big sophomore defensive end grabbed the face mask and snatched him down by the face mask. That, instead of being a loss for the Tigers, is going to be a 15-yard penalty.
I'm just glad Cotton's not hurt after that, because that was a vicious face mask. I mean, if you measured how tall he was before the game, he gained about an inch there as he really got a vicious face mask. It'll be a first down for the Tigers.
They marked it off from where Cotton went down. I think that should have been measured from the line of scrimmage. Either way, it's a first down. We won't complain about it. 20-yard line is where the Tigers will have it. 1st and 10, leading 14-0. Pair of receivers to the short side right. Cotton's looking this way. He's going to roll out. He's going to throw it in the end zone. Has a man there, and it is dropped. It was a little low, but he threw it away. Could have been a touchdown. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Keith, I want to bring up, I know we've talked about Simmons and Pat. That time, number 71 for the Tigers, which is Ben Holloway. Ben Holloway made a great block to the inside, and then as Cotton rolled out, he adjusted his block. Good block by the lineman on that play.
Motion by Slaughter. Slaughter scored on this play last time. He's looking to turn the corner. He's going to hesitate now. They throw a flag. It's going to be a hold against the Tigers right on the corner. They held that. Whoever was blocking did a good job. He maintained contact for quite some time, but they're going to throw a holding penalty on Eufaula. That's only the 2nd penalty, I think, of the night against the Tigers.
You see that a lot in high school, just because they string out a block. I mean, if they have their hands on the inside, it's not a hold, but, you're not we don't have SEC officials, so when they see you blocking for a long time, it does look like it's a hold. But if you look closely at a lot of those, their hands are on the inside, and it's a good block.
So it'll be 2nd down all over again from the 28-yard line. That's where the Tigers actually took over for this possession, was at the 28-yard line. Cotton's going to take it. He's going to throw a screen. It's going to be incomplete. So
we have
Tigers,
4 receivers in the circle of a dining room table there.
So it's a long yardage situation here for Eufaula. 3rd down from the 28-yard line. And I'm sorry, that was a possession before that began at the 28-yard line. This possession actually began after the onside kick back at the 46 of Greenville. Cotton calls for the shotgun snap. Play fakes, looking down the field.
Oh, he's holding him over there.
He's going to pull it down. He's looking. He's going to throw a pass in the end zone. Has a man there. It's going to be
hit him in the hand.
Incomplete in the end zone. It would have been a tough catch as it was leading away. There's another flag down on the field. Another flag down on the near side hash mark. Let's see if that's on the Eufaula Tigers or not.
He's done signal. He said he was past the line of scrimmage.
So 3 straight incompletions for the Tigers, and I'm sure on 4th down from, Eufaula just lost 3 yards on that incomplete pass. They snapped it from the 28 on the previous play. Now it's at the 31.
Well, isn't it a 5-yard penalty and a loss of down?
Is it?
On a past the line of scrimmage? Maybe they didn't mark off enough. Who knows?
Perhaps. I guess so. I guess that's the case.
Nevertheless, a golden opportunity. We could have put some more points on the board. Much needed points, but
took a couple of minutes, about 2.5 minutes off the clock.
A lot of penalties.
Now Browning Anderson kicking into the wind from the 31 or 32-yard line. He'll get it, no pressure. He's going to punt it away. It's a high spiral that will turn over, and it's going to be fair caught at the 1-yard line. They tell you, Doug, to put your heels on the 10-yard line. If it goes over your head, let it go. He was standing on the 10-yard line, on the goal line, and took a step forward and fair caught it at the 1. I've never seen a fair catch at the 1-yard line.
His coach is talking to him about it now. I noticed earlier when we were punting, he calls fair catch as soon as it goes up in the air. I think that time he just maybe habit called fair catch and shouldn't have. But 8:05 to go in the second quarter of play. Greenville Tigers backed up again, 99 yards away from pay dirt. Eufaula sends out their defense.
So Greenville has been backed up on 3 of their 4 possessions tonight, as this one will begin at their 1-yard line. Quarterback keeper straight up the middle. He's going to take it up close to the 5, probably the 4-yard line. 3-yard gain, we'll call it, on first down as we roll under 8 minutes to go in the first half. Eufaula leading 14-0.
I find it hard to believe it's designed that way, Keith, but that's actually blocked. They're running, that time they were running it right at Yanze, and it's like all the blocking goes that way, but the quarterback cuts back. Maybe it is a design, something they're trying to run backwards. Quarterback this time off the right side for a couple of yards. Looks like he's out to the 5.
That's 1 yard gain there. It's because they started at the 4. It's going to be 3rd and 6. Greenville still looking for their initial first down of the night. They do not have a first down. We've played almost a quarter and a half here.
2 receivers check in, 2 linemen check out, so they come out of the goal line set. They do a lot of shifting in this, but they've got dual wide receivers to either side.
All this shifting has hurt Greenville more than it's helped. They've had 4 illegal procedure penalties. Quarterback's going to take it. This time he has time. They're holding him on the edge, and no flag. And it's going to be short anyway. It's going to be a gain of 4, but it was an obvious hold. Our guy, number 97, I think it was trying to get away. He was pulling, and the guy was holding him back right in front of the official, and no flag came out. So,
well, you want to make something happen if you're Greenville, but this is not the spot on the field to try to pull a fake. Now, Eufaula hasn't really come with a lot of pressure, and with this good punter punting with the wind here, and they're backed up, so would you come after it?
I don't know. I think I'd back up if I was Tron Mitchell. He's not giving him nearly enough respect here. There's a kick. It's a wobbly kick that Mitchell's going to move over and catch. He muffed the punt. He muffed it, and
they got it.
We could have knocked it. Went out. We could have knocked it out of bounds, but they got it at the 47-yard line.
If we field another punt, actually,
it looked like he was out of bounds. But
actually, if they're going to say our ball, I was going to say there was bodies laying out of bounds. The Greenville guy looked like he was in bounds, but I think when our guy touched it out of bounds, that's probably a very good call by the officials.
I didn't know it was right in front of their coaching staff down there, Doug.
Yeah.
So I was not confident at all that was going to go the way it did. But Eufaula dodges a huge bullet there, and they'll take over at the 47-yard line. We have not caught a punt this year. We have yet to catch a punt in the third game of the year, including a jamboree. That is unbelievable. 6th possession already for Eufaula. Going to hand it off. Harris going to lower his head, take it up to midfield, maybe into Greenville Tiger territory. We'll wait and see where they spot it down. I believe he's going to be just short of midfield. We'll give him a gain of 3 on that play.
Both officials, well, to start with, they were marking it on the official. The big guy in the middle marked it back almost to the 49. And they went with that.
2 receivers to either side, 4 receivers all together. They're going to throw a quick slip screen to Antron Mitchell. He's going to break tackles, and he takes it. He fumbled the ball. He fumbled the football down around the 38-yard line. We'll see who got the ball.
Heat timeout.
Okay, so the heat timeout, I guess it looked like a fumble from where we are. The players on the Greenville sidelines down an umbrella here was blocking our view. But it would be a gain of 12 on that play. Tiger first down. We were late with the heat timeout. 5:57 to go here in the second quarter play. Eufaula leads 14-0. They'll have it 1st and 10 from the Greenville 38-yard line when play resumes here. But Doug, the Tigers look really good on about the first 2 or 3 possessions, but it's been a little bit sloppy here of late.
Yes, they have, and Cotton came out, was 4 for 4, threw a touchdown pass. A little shaky there in between. Since then, he's only 2 for 9 with an interception. So,
in fairness, there were 2 pit passes in the end zone that hit the player in the hands that could have been caught for touchdowns. That would be 3 touchdown passes in the first half if either one of those passes had been caught.
I've been impressed with the offensive line, even the 2 sophomores on the left side. And then you got, Parker Simmons and Pat Switch. They're actually on the left now, and the sophomores are on the right. The center, the junior, doing a great job. They're really moving around the big front for Greenville and picking up the blitzes.
Motion by Slaughter. He's going to take it. No, the quarterback keeps it on the inside zone, and it's going to be Cotton down to the 32-yard line. That's going to be a quick gain of 6, I believe. 6-yard gain for the senior Eufaula quarterback. Bring up a 2nd down and 4. 5:36 and the clock rolling here in the second quarter. 14-0. The Eufaula Tigers lead. Slot to the wide side left. a slot to the right as well, but Slaughter in motion. They're going to hand it to Harris this time. Harris cuts inside. He might have had a lot of yardage. He picked up 3. He's going to be about a yard short of his first down. He tripped as he went through the line. It'll be 3rd down and 1. That keeps the clock moving here. We should be under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter when the ball is snapped here on this 3rd down play. Tigers have been picking up pretty good yardage on the ground, and they've been successful through the air as well.
Maybe take a shot here, 4-down territory, I'm sure, as they draw them off sides.
And that
got to be
it's going to be, yeah, there was a flag.
Yeah, he said he didn't, down here, I didn't see him throw the flag, but he signaled offsides. There again, high school, it should have been one while ago. You get in the neutral zone, it's a penalty.
So, Tigers with another first down. 2 first downs on this possession that began at the 47-yard line. When they snap it, it'll be 1st and 10. Eufaula from the 24 of Greenville. 4:47 and counting here in the second quarter play. Going to hand it off to Harris. Harris with running room. He breaks a tackle. He's in the secondary. He's inside the 10. He's still on his feet. He's going to go into the end zone for the Tiger touchdown. Just a thing of beauty, a 24-yard touchdown run by the senior running back, Red Harris of Eufaula. And the Tigers have scored their 3rd touchdown here in the first half with 4:30 to go in the second quarter play. The Eufaula Tigers now lead by a score of 20-0.
Great job there by Harris on his 13th carry tonight, a 24-yard touchdown run. He has 86 yards on the night. Apparently whatever we did in the swinging gate a while ago, we corrected as Tigers shift over for the extra point. Wingate to attempt.
It kicks up. I tell you what, he is 8 for 8 on his last 8 extra point attempts, and whatever issues we had at Russell County have been corrected.
And he kicks it straighter than his dad hits a golf ball too, so by the way. Right down the middle.
Right down the middle. His mechanics are very, very good. So 21-0, the Tigers lead the Greenville Tigers with 4:30 to go in the first half. And look, from a score standpoint, Greenville's still looking for their first down. You couldn't ask for much more if you were a Eufaula Tiger coming all the way over here to Greenville to take on the Greenville Tigers. So a 5-play, 47-yard drive by the Eufaula Tigers. And it was a 24-yard touchdown run by Red Harris that paid off that possession for the Tigers. And 3-touchdown lead. It was 2 minutes and 21 seconds off the clock on that possession. And it is Wingate back out, kicking into the stiff breeze. You know, Salas had a very good kick to begin. After the Tigers scored their first touchdown, he kicked it inside the 10-yard line. We haven't seen him kick since. It's going to be Wingate once again. He's going to kick it straight up in the air. It's going to be caught at the 39-yard line of Greenville. Yeah, I don't quite understand. You know, we'll be the first to compliment Cooper Wingate. He's done a great job on the point after touchdowns, even though one of the previous touchdown that was after the penalty backed us up. But I don't quite understand on the kickoff situation, Doug.
Well, I don't know. I was checking some numbers that time and looking at some stuff. They've got great field position. Maybe we're trying to pull them up, and then we're going to kick deep again in a minute. We'll just have to watch that and see.
There's a snap. Quarterback, Janze's got the quarterback. They're going to take him down for a loss back to the 40-yard line. That's going to be a 9-yard loss. Janze was there's a flag down.
Well,
surely.
They threw it right on number 77 because guess who? One of their linemen would not get off of it.
It was 59 that time. The other
I thought it was
captain.
69. I'm sorry. Yeah, but there's a penalty flag. I don't think, maybe unless our guy retaliated. 75 sure is happy about whatever happened. Janze was actually probably being held and still was able to make the tackle while he was being tackled.
So that will be a dead ball personal foul penalty, I'm assuming, and they are going against Greenville here. So the result of the play was a 9-yard loss, and then it's a 15-yard penalty assessed against Greenville. So the good field position they had after the kickoff has now been negated, as it'll be second down from, it looks like, about the 15-yard line. So first down would be come at the 49, so it's 2nd and 34 for Greenville. Second down and 34. Quarterback in shotgun formation pair of receivers either side. He's going to look to throw this time. They got that holding penalty because they were stretching the number 72 jersey out.
Number 75 is still holding Jabian Reeves, and there's a flag. I think the official caught it at the end. He literally stretched his jersey way out, and now he's acting like he didn't do anything. That's going to be a holding. It finally caught up with him on that one because it was in the wide open field over here. He was holding big time.
That'll be half the distance of the goal from the 15 back to the 7.5. If we take it, if we don't take it, it's 3rd down and 34. I almost think you decline this penalty and make it 3rd and 34.
It looks like we are. He's still standing where the flag was thrown. It's declined.
3rd and 34 because you never know. You hold it for one play, you get them back in punting situation. If you give them the down over, you never know when a defensive penalty might give them a first down.
The pressure just hadn't given them time to do anything.
Yanze flushes him from the pocket. Quarterback's going to throw it up. Has the receiver back there.
Goodness.
But fortunately, the ball just kind of sailed on the air, and it was incomplete. It'll be 4th and 34 for Greenville in a punting situation. So they're going to punt from their 15-yard line after taking over at their 39. Greenville still looking for their first down of the night. That possession actually officially lost 9 yards on 3 plays. It only took 50 seconds off the clock. So Eufaula should get decent field position. Eufaula with yet another return man in the game. It'll be Tony Coleman this time back to return this kick.
Well, he's talking to the official. He's probably telling him, look, I'm not going to catch this no matter what, as he watches it sail over his head. Takes
what a big
Greenville bounce. That's a huge
I'm going to tell you what, that may be the best high school punt I've ever seen in person.
14?
It was from the 15-yard line. It'll go to the 24 of Eufaula, so that is a 61-yard punt. We might have seen a longer one, but that carried most of that in the air.
Well, Darrell talked about making a lot of adjustments at halftime. Maybe we'll get over and throw a bunch of them in the air and find somebody who can actually catch a punt, because we hadn't found anybody yet. That time you could tell, I think wasn't it Coleman back?
Yeah.
He didn't, I think he was instructed, do not catch it, just stay out of the way.
Already leading 21-0. The Tigers have time if they want to. They're 76 yards away, but they would just like to possess this last 3:24 and get into the halftime with a 3-touchdown lead. They're going to go for it in the air. Good pickup on the blitz by Harris. Copeland Cotton's going to roll to the right. He's going to be tackled right around the line of scrimmage for no gain.
That was really, I don't know. Cotton usually does a good job. That time he could have thrown it, and he acted like he really didn't want to run it. It was just kind of like tackle me. Goes for no gain, but
he went down inbounds. The clock keeps rolling. Under 3 minutes to go in the first half now.
If he would have tucked it sooner, he probably could have ran for 6 or 8 yards.
Yep. Going to hand it off to Harris this time. Harris going to break the line of scrimmage, but he's going to go for a short gain up to about the 26, maybe the 27-yard line. They're going to spot him ahead to about the 27. We'll give him 3 yards on that play. It'll be 3rd down and 7. It'll be interesting to see with Greenville with 2 timeouts remaining here in the first half. Kind of curious they don't call a timeout here, trailing by 21 to try to get good field position. We would be kicking into the wind here. This would be the first, other than the interception thrown earlier, this would be the first real opportunity for good field position for Greenville.
The Tigers can take it under 2 minutes here before they have to snap it. Look for them to do so.
That's one thing we've complimented Coach Jernigan and the coaching staff is time management. They've done an excellent job with time management this year.
I kind of like handing it off, not the little toss or the toss, whichever one, to the wide side of the field. Tigers take a timeout as the play clock got down to 1. I'll tell you what, we'll take a quick timeout here and be back after this commercial timeout for the Eufaula Tigers.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? Is it a cool lake breeze on a hot summer day, or by a warm fire on a cold night? Make every room in the house as inviting as the next. Also, make the air fresh and clean for everyone and keep humidity where it belongs. At Carrier, comfort means more than just the temperature. Contact Brown Heating and Air Condition, 714 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-5244.
Hey Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
Third down 7 for the Tigers from the 27-yard line. 1:57 on the clock here in the second quarter. Pair of receivers split wide to the left, one to the right. It's going to be Tron Mitchell. The Tigers are going to take it and going to hand it off up the middle. No, they throw a quick pass to LaCaviante Pugh. It's going to be a first down and more. Pugh in the 45-40 is a foot race. 30, 25, 20. He's going to go down around the 15-yard line. No flags on the play, so that pass is going to go from the 27 Eufaula all the way down to the 15-yard line. A 58-yard throw and catch from Cotton to Pugh. That's just a great play call. I thought Harris had the ball going up the middle, but Pugh slipped out into the flat. A safe pass, wide open. Pugh showed good speed going up the far sidelines. Actually, they're going to spot it at the 16. So a 57-yard pass play picks up a first down. They hand it to Chubb Nelson. Nelson keeps his feet. He's already broken 2 tackles on this play. He's inside the 5. It should be first and goal for the Tigers as that play picks up 11 yards. So the Tigers are back-to-back first downs here. You know, the way we call a timeout, the way we ran it down and called a timeout, you knew Greenville thought we were going to run the ball, just try to run the clock there. It was a great play call.
Great fake, too.
Yeah.
He had me fooled. I thought he handed the ball off. I hate we took a timeout there, though, Keith, with 1:21. That's probably our last one.
We have one left. They call timeout.
Oh, they call timeout. Okay, good deal. I'm sorry.
They call timeout. So Eufaula has one left.
Yeah, I didn't want us to waste one there, so that was a good deal.
I'm gonna tell you what, the way that was gamesmanship all the way around on that last thing. We ran a conservative play. We ran the clock all the way down. We called a timeout. I'm sure they thought, typically you're going to run the ball, keep it on the ground. But it was a conservative pass play, but it broke wide open. It was a good.
What do you do here? A while ago, I was thinking run that motion and run wide sweep to the field. We didn't. We actually just tossed it out there. Good confidence in the throw and catch there. They called a timeout here. They're bringing in all their big guys. They're bringing 75 out there, which is an offensive lineman. He's on the goal line defense. I look for him to try to stop up the middle. Would you try to run it to the outside?
I like bringing Slaughter in motion and run that speed sweep, or at least you can even hand it off to Nelson inside to fake that if you want to. We're going to bring the motion. This time we're not going to give it to him. We're going to roll. We're going to throw a pass. It's caught by Slaughter. He's into the end zone. Touchdown Tigers. 3 touchdown passes in the first half for Copeland Cotton. That one from 5 yards out. The Tigers lead 27-0 with 1:11 to go here in the second quarter of play.
I think that's who caught that?
It was Aurelius Slaughter. His second touchdown of the first half. He had 1 rushing and 1 through the air now, 1 reception. Tigers in the swinging gate. They are going to snap it. They're going to go for 2. Cotton's going to run it. He's going to get into the end zone. It is a good 2-point conversion. That'll make it 29-0 in favor of the Tigers.
I tell you, if you're Greenville, you have to be just feeling awful about this. You came in with a chance to move yourself up in the region. We saw some back-to-back region T-shirts down here. It was from 2 and 3 years ago. They were fired up for this game. Just look around, all the people that were here are still here, and they've really taken one on the chin. 29-0 with 1 minute and 11 seconds left. It's not only been the Eufaula offense, they're clicking on all cylinders. The defense has done such a fantastic job of keeping them backed up. Greenville's played most of this game inside their own 10-yard line.
And Greenville does not have a first down in the first half.
Wow, still did not have a first down.
No first downs in the first half.
This time we got our deep kicker back in for the Tigers. Other than catching fair catches, I don't know. They don't have a whole lot to work on at halftime, I don't think.
That was an era, and we threw 1 interception. Tigers with a turnover in the first half, but Greenville with the one as well. So
75 over here on the sideline, still dancing and carrying on.
So a good kick. It goes down to the 10-yard line by Salas. They're looking to return it. A solo tackle inside the 20-yard line. Number 37 for Eufaula. That is going to be Devin Brooks. He's a senior defensive back, and he came down and made a fine play.
He did. He kept his lane, stayed to the outside, and as he curled in, you could see them approaching each other, and I'm thinking in my mind, he's fixing to put a move on him. He did a great job, took his hip out from under him, and Greenville is backed up again. 10 seconds.
101. The Tigers scored 2 touchdowns in the last 2 minutes last week. We'll see if they could create that kind of magic tonight. It depends on if Greenville decides to throw the ball or not. They are going to throw it on first down. Going to throw it up. He heaves it up. Has a man there. It's going to be incomplete. 3-on-3 that time.
Begging for a flag.
Nick Floyd guarding Zachary Scott, a senior wide receiver for Greenville, and it was good coverage that time by Floyd. He was stride for stride. So this is 6th possession for Greenville here in the first half. They are still, as we said, looking for their initial first down of the first half.
Well, there is something else for them to work on because that's a couple of times they've actually got a receiver behind our defensive back again, which it seems like we've said every game this year. But it brings up 2nd and 10 with 52
Oh, boy, they got us that time. They shifted, and we were eager, and we moved. So it's going to be 5 yards. They have lost about 25 yards on the shift on penalties, and they picked up 5 more back that time. So they're still a negative 20, according to my calculations, on that shift tonight.
That's okay. I like to see them Tigers fired up out there rushing the quarterback. 6-man front still for the Tigers.
Oh, 75.
What did he do? He looked like he was going in the backfield.
He did. He actually stopped back. They let him go with it since they were shifting. Quarterback going to throw the ball. He's going to pull it down. He's going to be sacked.
Yeah.
Good job. It was that time on the sack. 95 on the sack for the Tigers. That's going to be Jamario Mitchell, a senior defensive lineman.
That's where you go over and shake Yanze's hand. Yanze went to the outside and turned him right into him. Great sack. And that's going to lose
3 yards.
Well, they marked it back now.
It's going to be 5-yard loss, actually, -5. Because they picked up 5 on the penalty. So 3rd down and 10 now for Greenville. We're under 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Eufaula trying to hustle off. He does get off the field, just does get off the field. Quarterback keeps it. He's going to be stopped after about a 2-yard gain. That'll end the first half. So Tigers could call timeout if they wanted to, but why would you? Put the punt return team on the field. So that was a 2-yard gain. Tigers go to the halftime intermission leading by 4 touchdowns, 29-0. The Eufaula Tigers over the Greenville High School Tigers. We'll step aside, be back with some halftime comments and stats. You're listening to Eufaula Tiger football on the Eufaula Tiger football broadcast.
When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries, and home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Call State Farm agent Sam Wise in Eufaula today.
Proudly serving the Eufaula area for over 30 years, Wertz Consulting is here to help you with all of your IT needs. Call Chris Wertz at 334-695-2820. Benny Whitehead Incorporated has called Eufaula home since 1965. Today, the family-owned business owns and operates 119 tractors and trailers and employs over 150 people. Benny Whitehead is nationally known as a leader in safety and keeping the air clean and fuel consumption low. Benny Whitehead Incorporated loves Eufaula and would like to wish Lakeside and Eufaula safe and successful seasons.
Hey, we're back in Greenville with the Tigers of Eufaula. The Red and White Tigers lead 29-0 over the homestanding Greenville Tigers. And a nice offensive performance here in the first half by Eufaula and a great defensive performance by the Eufaula defense. A lot of adjustments made for this ball game, as we said, as the Tigers moved some some size over from the offensive line. Big Pat Scrooge went all the way on the defensive line, as did several other players for the Tigers we'll highlight here in a few minutes. But for the first time this year, we're going to show you the Eufaula High School Tiger Marching Band. We'll show you the entire halftime performance, and we'll be back after that with a summary of the first half along with some first half stats. Enjoy the band.
When it's football time, we at First Franklin Financial are big fans of our local teams, just like you. We've been part of the community for over 75 years, and when you need money for repairs or emergencies, we'll help you play offense. We offer fixed-rate loans up to $15,000 with easy payment plans and fast approvals. Visit 1ffc.com to find the location near you. Legal, all loan terms and applicable APRs depend on meeting our underwriting and income criteria for the loan size requested and may require collateral. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 5656.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Call State Farm agent Sam Wise in Eufaula today.
In sports, the goal is to be the best. The same is true for Alpha Insurance. We work to make every quote, claim, or call a highlight. That's why customers consistently give Alpha high marks for service. Call Alpha and let us help you save on home, car, and life insurance. In Eufaula, call Alpha agents Keith or Brooke Bryan at 334-687-8268 or stop by our office at 1326A South Eufaula Avenue.
With the world changing all around us, everyone needs to be covered by insurance. So give Eric Glover with the Glover Agency a call and talk with Eric about auto, home, life, or last week's football game. Whatever your insurance needs, let Eric talk to you about being covered. The Glover Agency is located at 145 East Broad Street, Eufaula, Alabama. Call 334-687-0358.
Somebody cannot come to us, we go to them. It's something that we do on a regular basis, something we don't mind doing, and we work on a contingency basis.
No one has to pay us any money up front.
They do not have to pay us unless we collect for them. Unless we are successful in resolving their case through a settlement or through trial.
They don't have to pay us any money unless we get favorable results for them. If you're hurt in a car wreck, call Penn and Seaborn. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? Is it a cool lake breeze on a hot summer day or by a warm fire on a cold night? Make every room in the house as inviting as the next. Also, make the air fresh and clean for everyone and keep humidity where it belongs. At Carrier, comfort means more than just the temperature. Contact Brown Heating and Air Condition, 714 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-5244.
Hey Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
Back in Greenville, where the Tigers lead the Greenville Tigers by a score of 29-0 here at halftime. We just got through enjoying the Eufaula High School Tiger Band here at halftime, and we've enjoyed 24 minutes of very good football from the Eufaula Tiger football team as they traveled all the way over here to Greenville to renew this rivalry with the Greenville Tigers after a 5-year hiatus. And so far it's been a 29-0 advantage for the Eufaula Tigers. And looking at the first half, the Tigers on the stats were a little more dominant than what the scoreboard even shows. They held Greenville with no first downs in the first half. Greenville ran 17 plays for 10 offensive yards in the first half, no first downs. They had three of their 6 possessions were negative possessions. They finished with -4, -9, and -3 on those 3 possessions. Eufaula, on the other hand, had a couple of more possessions than did Greenville. Actually, they had one more possession. They had 7 possessions, but the Tigers ran 35 offensive plays for 277 yards and 11 first downs. So the Tigers average, we didn't figure that up during the break, but that's a pretty darn good per play average. The Tigers averaging probably around 8 yards per play. That's pretty good. We'll kind of summarize here. We'll give you individual stats in a moment, but we'll summarize the first half. The Eufaula received the opening kickoff at their own 20-yard line. From there, the Tigers had a time-consuming ball control possession. They had 4 14 plays for 80 yards on that possession, but 8 of them were running plays. But the drive culminated with a 5-yard touchdown pass on 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line from Copeland Cotton to his senior tight end, LaKeviante Pugh. Pugh made a great catch in the end zone as he dove backwards. Actually, he is a junior tight end for the Tigers. But the point after touchdown by Cooper Wingate made it 7-0. Greenville came out at their 18-yard line. They ran 3 plays, failed to pick up a first down, and they punted the ball back to Eufaula. Eufaula, they're only 3 and out of the first half. They ran 3 plays, 2 of which were incomplete passes, and they punted the ball back to Greenville. From there, Greenville, once again, we'll just quit summarizing the Greenville possessions because they were all 3 and outs. 3 plays, 5 yards for Greenville in that possession, and nothing. The Tigers took over at their 40-yard line following the Greenville punt, but on first down, they tried a pass play at the very end of the first half, and it was intercepted. Greenville returned it. The only time Greenville was in Eufaula territory all night, they took over 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line of Eufaula. But on their second play, there was a fumble, and Eufaula recovered that fumble at the Greenville 28-yard line. Jan Pierre actually kind of dribbled the ball down the field as he tried to scoop it to score. He had plenty of room to do so, but unable to come up with it. Tigers ultimately fell on it at the 28-yard line. From there, it only took the Tigers 2 plays. They actually had a 5-yard penalty on that possession, but it was a 32-yard touchdown pass from Cotton to Aurelia Slaughter, but it was that little Utah variety. He came in motion, he shuffled it forward, he caught the ball. It was about a 1-yard pass forward, but Slaughter took it with his speed around the left end untouched, 32 yards for a Tiger touchdown. And with 10:36 to go in the second quarter play, the Tigers led by a score of 14-0. From there, the Tigers kicked an onside kick, recovered it at the 46-yard line of Greenville, but after a couple of first downs, the drive stalled, and they punted the ball back to the Greenville Tigers. From there, obviously, Greenville went 3 and out once again. Eufaula took over at the 47-yard line of Eufaula, and from there, the Tigers moved it 53 yards on 5 plays. That culminated with a 24-yard touchdown run by Red Harris. That was a thing of beauty, Doug, as he broke several tackles, took it straight up the middle, saw daylight, and outraced them to the end zone, fell into the end zone for the touchdown. Eufaula, after holding Greenville for yet another 3 and out, took over at their 24-yard line with only 3 minutes and 24 seconds to go in the first half. He thought the Tigers would probably just try to play ball control, run it out, but on third down and 7 from their own 27-yard line, the Cotton hit his big tight end Pugh, who already caught a touchdown pass earlier in the game. He ran 57 yards down the far sidelines, picking up a big first down for the Tigers. From there, the Tigers scored a touchdown on a 5-yard touchdown pass from Copeland Cotton to Aurelia Slaughter, and the 2-point conversion was run in by Copeland Cotton, making the halftime score 29-0. Doug, other than an interception and 1 3 and out, and of course they failed to score one other time when they had it in Greenville territory, but a pretty flawless first half for the Tigers all the way around, except for the muff punt. The Tigers didn't turn it over; they did recover it. They went out of bounds, but otherwise a pretty good start.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for much more, and this starting to make the regions take shape. We had one other score update that I was just showing you. I'll let you talk about that one.
Headland over Rehoboth at halftime, 6-3. I didn't look to see where that ball game was being played. We can obviously see it. It's at Rehoboth. So Headland leading 6-3. The other team that's undefeated in the region right now is Charles Henderson. Charles Henderson is 3-0. They beat this team last week 34-18. The team we're playing tonight. Now that was in. The little difference there is they were playing at home in Troy, and we're playing on the road down here in Greenville. You can't compare scores. You always get in trouble when you do so, Doug, but you got to feel pretty good about the Eufaula Tigers at this point at halftime with 24 minutes to play in this game.
Yeah, I always try to find something, but like we talked about off air, Troy does good at what we're not doing good, and that's covering the deep ball. But running over some stats that I had for the first half, it was real easy for Greenville. They only had one guy, the quarterback, that ran the ball 11 times, and with a 3-yard gain on the last play, he had 9 positive yards. So 11 carries for 9 positive yards rushing for Greenville. in the first half. 1 for 5 passing. They completed the first pass for 1 yard. 1 for 5 passing for 1 yard. So they had a total of 10 yards of offense, did Greenville. Eufaula Tigers had 21 carries for 130 yards and 1 touchdown on the ground. 21 carries, 130 yards, 1 touchdown on the ground. 8 for 15 for 147 yards and 3 touchdowns through the air. It gave Eufaula, I had it wrote down, let's see, that's 277 yards of offense.
And I'll remind people, we're going to step aside for a commercial break. Greenville will receive the second half kickoff. And for those of you that are listening to us and watching on Facebook as you normally do, there is a couple of alternative mediums that you can listen to it. We actually have some people watching on YouTube tonight on the YouTube channel, Eufaula Tiger Football Broadcast on YouTube. Certainly, if you can find that, you can just search by the game. The name is Eufaula at Greenville. Eufaula at Greenville.
Well, there's 2. Greenville does it also on Pixelot, so there will be 2 broadcasts. If you want to hear us, you pick the Eufaula broadcast. If you want to do Greenville or no audio, you can pick the other one. That's NFHS.
That's NFHS. I was going to cover that one in just a second. But on YouTube, if you go to YouTube and you Google, or if you search Eufaula at, with the at symbol, Eufaula at Greenville, that should pull up the broadcast tonight. If you go there, of course, you can watch this game on your television on the YouTube app. You can watch it on your big screen in the living room if you want to. Listen to us. And certainly while you're there, subscribe to the channel. That'll make it easier for you to find in future weeks. Eufaula Tiger football broadcast. Of course, on NFHS, if you're a subscriber to NFHS, they actually email you the information. Is very easy to find if you're a NFHS subscriber. And if you are a subscriber to NFHS, just like last night, Doug, all those games that were on, you'd have the opportunity if you wanted to watch Charles Henderson and Carroll game on NFHS last night if you were an NFHS subscriber. So,
and I have been asked about whether we'll be carrying NFHS or will it just be Pixelot from home next week. I don't know. We'll put an update on our page when we're told what we'll be doing, because that's actually the school's call, and whatever they want to do is what we'll do.
Put 2 more minutes back on the clock here, but just a quick check of the radar as we look. It's still holding pretty good. The storms are over, actually a little bit west of Camden and Monroeville now. Really nothing on the radar anywhere close by here within 20 miles. And great night for football, a little bit of a breeze blowing. The temperature is 71 degrees in Greenville, Alabama. Doug, we couldn't ask for much more as we sit here with the windows up here, sitting on the 50-yard line from Greenville with the Tigers leading by 29. We're going to step aside for a commercial break. We'll be back with the second half kickoff. You'll see Eufaula Tiger football on the Eufaula Tiger football broadcast.
The family at Impressive Collision Center has been in business since 1940.
That's impressive.
Your transportation is one of the largest investments you have, so keep it looking new at Impressive. From a major crash to a small dent, Impressive can help.
Now Impressive.
They work closely with all insurance companies and give you a great price on your minor mishaps.
Wow, impressive.
And don't forget to check out all the accessories, from install winches, brush guards, and bed covers.
Impressive. Give them a call. Impressive Collision Center, 317 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-4400.
Hey Tiger fans, this is Lauren Streeter with Wiregrass Realty, and I'm here to tackle all your real estate needs. Let's team up and make a touchdown on your new home. Give me a call today, 334-614-7409. Go Tigers!
Proudly serving the Eufaula area for over 30 years, Works Consulting is here to help you with all of your IT needs. Call Chris Wirtz at 334-695-2820.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Sam Wise in Eufaula today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey Tiger fans, this is Lauren Streeter with Wiregrass Realty, and I'm here to tackle all your real estate needs. Let's team up and make a touchdown on your new home. Give me a call today, 334-614-7409. Go Tigers!
Hey, we're back in Greenville. We're about to get started here with some more high school football as Cooper Wingate has the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. And Doug, look at Greenville. They're all coming up.
Well,
we'll have to ask. We kind of mentioned that on the coach's show last night just a little bit.
You know what would be neat is to put the other kicker flanked him right next to him.
Right.
Let him approach and kick it deep.
They punch it up to an open space. Greenville goes back and catches it. Yeah. They retreated and caught it and went to the ground at the 37-yard line. So that's where Greenville will take over, 1st and 10 from the 37. And I still don't understand with Salas. He's kicked off twice. He's kicked it to the 10-yard line. One went all the way down near the goal line, and we pinned them deep. The other time, we made a good tackle at the 17 after he kicked it to the 10. I'm just not quite sure why we're giving up, in this case, 20 yards of field position.
I'll explain it to you on the way home.
Okay. Please do. The 7th possession of the night for Greenville. They're going to shift around. I've never seen anybody shift as much for so little effectiveness as Greenville has done tonight. They're going to run a wildcat. They snap it to the tailback. He's going to go forward for one of the better plays they've run tonight. This is a 4-yard gain on 1st down. Doug, it's actually 2nd down and 6. No, there was a fumble. Did Eufaula get the ball?
Yes.
How about that?
Big Pat come up with it.
Well, I stand corrected. I'm certainly not pulling for Greenville, but you kind of almost feel sorry a little bit because they had snapped it from the 30, from their 37. Eufaula actually gets the ball at the 36.
I got to give him his 4-yard carry, which is the best. It ties the best carry of the night for Greenville, but it ends in a turnover.
So Eufaula quickly out for their 8th possession of the night. It's going to start in the Greenville territory at the 36-yard line. Tigers going to run the reverse. They're going to run the flea flicker. Cotton's going to throw it. Good coverage that down there. And Tron cannot adjust to the ball as it went outside. But credit the Greenville Tiger defender as he never left Tron Mitchell. You run that play, you're expecting a wide open receiver, and he was not that time. It's going to be 2nd down and 10.
Well, Tron made it tough on himself a little bit there, too, as he actually did a 360 while backing up down the field. Try to only turn one way if you can, or wound up incomplete.
Pugh motions over to the right. Now Slaughter in motion is going to take it. Speed sweep to the right. He gets a couple of good blocks. He turns a corner. He's going to be ridden out of bounds inside the 25-yard line, about the 24-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 14, but that goes as a pass. Doug, I tell you what, played a little quarterback when I was growing up, and if we could have gotten passing yard credit for that shuffle forward, it would have been pretty nice. That's actually a 13-yard gain on that play.
Your stats would have been much better.
Yeah. There's a handoff to Harris. He's going to be stacked up, and he's going to go down for about. We'll be generous and say no gain. It was actually about a yard loss, it looks like, but they're going to spot him just behind the down marker, so we'll call it no gain. 2nd down and 10. But so the Tigers quickly up. They're going to hand it off to Harris. He's going to break an initial tackle. He's going to be spun forward. He's going to gain what he lost on the last play plus maybe a yard. So we'll give him a yard on that play. It brings up 3rd and 9. Tigers have converted a couple of 3rd downs tonight. One big one for 57 yards on the last possession of the first half.
Yeah, that last play, he just followed his pulling guard and tackle, but they blocked it with the linebackers filling the hole.
So 3rd down, bootleg. Cotton breaks contain. He has a man there. He throws it. It's going to be caught. It should have been 1st down. It was Tron Mitchell that time catching the ball. They have tried to connect several times. That's the first time they successfully did. It was a good catch by Mitchell over there on the far sidelines. That play picked up 10 yards, we'll say, and a Tiger 1st down.
I'll tell you what, he threw to number 4 and it was complete, but he had a guy in his hip pocket as he caught that. We had a guy open in the flats, but nevertheless, 1st down.
Chubb Nelson gets a handoff. He's going to be chopped down at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Greenville is doing a better job so far on this possession of stopping the Tiger running game. So this is going to be second down and 10. Ball is going to be, now Greenville has a injured player as we say that.
He's the one that actually hit Chubb. I think he was holding his hip or knee or something as they had a pretty good collision out there. He's going to go down, and I tell you what, let's take a timeout while we have a minute here. We'll be back with more Eufaula High School football after this commercial timeout.
In sports, the goal is to be the best. The same is true for Alpha Insurance. We work to make every quote, claim, or call a highlight. That's why customers consistently give Alpha high marks for service. Call Alpha and let us help you save on home, car, and life insurance. In Eufaula, call Alpha agents Keith or Brooke Bryan at 334-687-8268 or stop by our office at 1326A South Eufaula Avenue.
Hey Tiger fans, this is Lauren Streeter with Wiregrass Realty, and I'm here to tackle all your real estate needs. Let's team up and make a touchdown on your new home. Give me a call today, 334-614-7409. Go Tigers!
It's second down and 10 for the Tigers from about the 12-yard line of Greenville. It'll be Cotton taking it. He'll hand it off to his back, Harris. Harris going to take it inside the 10. He'll get down close to the 5. We'll call it the 6. Give him a gain of 6 on the carry. He'll bring up a third down conversion situation with 8:20 and counting here in the third quarter. Eufaula, if you tune in late, leads 29-0. That was a halftime score. Yeah. It is 4-down territory here inside the 10-yard line. So the Tigers with, it's about 5 yards to go. Third down. Now Greenville calling a timeout. With that timeout on the field, we'll step aside for another quick commercial break. Be back more Tiger football after this break.
Hey Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? Is it a cool lake breeze on a hot summer day or by a warm fire on a cold night? Make every room in the house as inviting as the next. Also, make the air fresh and clean for everyone and keep humidity where it belongs. At Carrier, comfort means more than just the temperature. Contact Brown Heating and Air Condition, 714 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-5244.
And we're back in Greenville. Third down, 5 yards to go for the Tigers from about the 7-yard line where they've got it spotted down. Tigers can pick up a first down around the 2. It's going to be 3 receivers left. There is a flag on the play. It's going to be illegal participation on Greenville coming out of the timeout.
Too many folks out there, don't there?
Participation on Greenville after the timeout. That's
3, 6, 9, 10, 11. I only see 12. They do have 12.
Boy, I tell you what, Doug, that is tough coming out of a timeout. You call your timeout on defense, and you're going to give the other team 5 yards. So is it half the distance to the goal in this situation? I guess so.
Well, they still ain't took nobody. There he comes.
So it will be so third down now and about 2.5.
You got to give them credit. They ain't stopped the Tigers. Why not try to put 12 out there? They just didn't get away with it. First and goal. No, I'm sorry. Third down and
2.5. The Tigers getting the G line set. They're going to take it. They're going to roll out. Going to throw it over the head. Incomplete.
That could have been a pick six. That's kind of
that was intended. That was intended for Yanze. We did that last week, so we showed it last week. So the Tigers are apparently going to go for it here. So incomplete on the pass play. 7:45.
After the kind of day Yanze's had, I'd like to have seen him gather that one in.
Yep, but he didn't even have a chance. He needed to be 7'4" instead of 6'4" to even have a chance. Fourth down, here we go. Going to run the inside. It's going to be a handoff. It's going to be a touchdown. Ball carrier that time for Eufaula was Jaquavius Moss, J. Moss Jr. That's the first rush for Moss this year, he's touched the ball, I think, on special teams, but the first time he has run the ball out of the Tiger backfield is a nice misdirection play as they faked it going to the right, headed it to him inside, kind of a trap play back off the left side, and he went in pretty much so untouched for the Tiger touchdown. 35-0, the Tigers lead with the point after touchdown coming. There's a snap, the placement, the kick. It's up. It looks to be good, and they confirm that it is. So 36-0 is the score in favor of the Tigers with 7 minutes. The clock is running here. They'll get no argument from me as they're running the clock now after the point after touchdown.
Yeah,
but
still running.
36-0 is the score. That happened with 7:01 to go in the third quarter. So about as good as you could hope for. Tigers looking to go 3-0 on the season. More importantly, 2-0 in region number 2. Next week, folks, big game at home. It's an out-of-region contest, but Coach Ed Rigby, former Eufaula coach, will be coming to Eufaula, bringing his Pike Road team down. The defending 5A state champions will be coming to Tiger Stadium next Friday night. Of course, they are 1-2. Do they play tonight or did they play last night?
They played last night. They beat Robert E. Lee or Lanier.
Lanier. It was Lanier. So they're 2-2. They lost their first couple of games against big-time opponents, Hillcrest, Tuscaloosa, and Marist out of Georgia. But they are 2-2 on a 2-game winning streak because they'll come to Tiger Stadium next week. Here's the kickoff. It's going to be brought back up the field and going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. It was the man who scored the touchdown who made the tackle on the kickoff, Jaquavius Moss, and that's where Greenville will take over 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. I'll tell you what, Doug, we chart these, and I hate to say it, but kind of lost interest in charting this stuff for Greenville. They're still looking for their first down of the game. I guess because of that interest story, we will at least have to chart it to see when they get their first down. 6:07.
We scored with about, wasn't it about 8 minutes? But with that running clock during the kickoff, we're down to 6 minutes and a quick heat timeout. We'll just keep it here since we've already gone this far.
A heat timeout was 71 and breezy. I bet you the actual real field temperature is probably in the high 60s. It's really nice.
Knock on wood, but we have had, normally your first 4 or 5 games is short pants and you're sweat to death, but we have been very fortunate so far this year.
Yeah, it's been nice. So 1st and 10 Greenville from the 23-yard line of Greenville. Greenville had 10 yards of offense at halftime. They came out and had 4 yards and a fumble. So Greenville with 14 yards of offense here in this game. 2 turnovers. Still looking for their first down. They're going to shift their offensive line over to the left.
We got a couple
now they're going to shift their
defensive
receivers.
And
they're going to run the quarterback keeper. Actually, it's a new running back. Actually, it's going to be just a wildcat around the right end. And
Yanze missed him in the backfield for a loss, but he's going to pick up, 4?
He's going to pick up 4 yards from the 23 to the 27. So back-to-back 4-yard gains on as many possessions. And the Greenville Tigers have a second down and a long 6. 5:38, the clock rolling here in the third quarter. 36-0, the Eufaula Tigers lead. Shift once again by Greenville. They've got the quarterback and the big running back, the 220-pound running back who ran on the last play. And they will snap it to the running back once again. He's looking to sweep the outside. He is going to go down. One of the Eufaula Tigers loses their headgear on the play.
26-91.
And I don't know if you watched the big lineman for Greenville. He's fired up to be behind 36-0. That's all I've got to say. There's some big games tonight. Of course, Opelika is hosting Central of Phoenix City in 7A. That is, if anyone has that score, it'd be nice to pass along to us.
Actually, there's a lot of top 10 matchups, 1 versus 3s, 2 versus 6s.
UMS Wright taking on Gulf Shores. That's a battle of ranked teams down
in 5A.
That's right. Under 5 minutes to go in the third now as they direct snap it again. And a big hit. Number 66 of
Along
Eufaula.
with 24, both of them at the same time.
Dias-
75 is all up in his face. 66 just whipped big 75s behind, and he gets in his face afterwards.
Dias Barnett, he is a sophomore defensive lineman. He just made a big hit on the back.
He looked down. There was a foot difference in them two young men. But good play by the Tigers, and it's going to force a 4th and 6 here.
So Greenville still looking for their initial first down of the night.
I guess.
There's a punt. With the wind, it's a big punt, and Browning Anderson's going to call for it.
Oh, my goodness, please.
And he missed it. He covers his fumble, but we have yet to have one player this season between a jamboree and almost three full ball games catch a punt clean.
Well, in their defense tonight, it's
windy.
On Old Lit Stadium, it's windy, and they have a very good punter, so it's difficult. It's not something I'd.
Well, I'm not saying,
but still, we got to be able to gather those in.
I'm just saying, over the course of a season so far, you play 48 minutes for 3 games. Actually, we're 32 minutes into this game. Played 24 minutes of a jamboree and 48 minutes in 2 other games. So it's a lot of football not to have a cleanly caught punt yet. Slaughter catches it on the little end around. He is in the open field. He's carrying a guy up to the 35-yard line. Eufaula was snapping it from the 20 on this possession. So a 15-yard gain on that pass play. So another first down for Eufaula. Under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. 1st and 10 Tigers from the 35-yard line. Slaughter again. They're going to hand it to Harris. Harris is going to lower his head and take it forward for about 2 yards on this play.
Harris has 97 yards on the night. I'd like to see him go over 100 here before they start swapping out.
Yeah. I don't know if they're aware of that or not, but the senior certainly like to see him get over the century mark here in the game. 2:56 and counting here in the third quarter. 36-0. Eufaula leads. 3 receivers to the wide side left. They'll take it. Going to look to throw here. They throw it. It's caught. Antron Mitchell breaking the tackle. He's inside Greenville territory, cutting back across the field. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Inside the 20, he's going to be caught from behind, but he's carrying them down inside the 10. They're going to try to strip the ball, but he takes it inside the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal Tigers at the 4, maybe even the 3.
I don't know how many yards that was.
Well, they snapped it from the 35, so 35 plus 4, 61 yards on that pass play. It's a big, big night for Copeland Cotton as he already has 76. Yep. Another first down for Eufaula on that play. 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Motion by Pugh as he shifts over to the right. They're going to hand it off to Harris. Harris lowers his head. He's into the end zone. He gets the 3 yards and a touchdown. He gets his 100 yards and the second touchdown of the night.
Let's hope we're close to official on those yards. But so that would give him 100 exactly and a touchdown.
And the Tigers lead 42-0. You know, if nothing else, Doug, I mean, Greenville, to me, Greenville carries weight around the state. When you talk about Greenville High School.
Yes.
And
they got votes.
Yeah.
All along in the top 10. I think they got votes last week, but I know they did the first 2 weeks.
And for Tigers to come down here and lead 43-0 with 1:44 still to go to the third quarter, if this score holds up, if Greenville finishes with a goose egg, it's going to raise some eyebrows around the state.
Yes, most definitely, and it may cause a game of the week in Eufaula next week statewide. They usually pick a couple of games, sometimes televise them, whatever, but that would not even be the same classification matchup, but don't think there's not some emphasis on that game.
So Red Harris with 2 touchdowns tonight. Chubb Nelson scored 2 touchdowns last week for Eufaula, went over 200 yards rushing against Headland. So Harris with the 3-yard plunge gets exactly 100 yards according to our unofficial stats. 1:44 to go here in the third quarter still, and they have been running the clock every opportunity they have had. But the thing that amazes me the most, Doug, is that the fact that Greenville does not have a first down in this game.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I started to say a while ago I don't think they've crossed the 50, but I think for one play.
They did not cross the 50. They recovered after our interception. They ran one play.
Yes, they had one play in our territory.
Ball's on the tee. It's going to be Salas, the big kicker. He kicks it down inside the 10. It bounces. It's going to bounce and be picked up at the 9. He's looking to come back across the field. He's hit inside the 10. He's still being pursued inside the 10. He's retreating in the end zone, and he's going to be finally driven out of bounds inside the 10, about the 9. As he came all the way, he caught that on the far side of the field. He ran all the way 53 yards across the field, actually dipped into the end zone, and when all is said and done, they've got the ball right about where he picked it up on the far. He could have picked that ball up and stepped out of bounds and been in just about as good a shape.
He ran a long way for
nothing.
Not a lot of nothing, yeah. 1:21 to go in the third quarter. Play, if you're just joining us, 43-0, the Tigers lead. Tigers a little late coming out on this defensive possession. We'll see. There's a couple of new jerseys, so watch to see. It's probably going to be something here. Let's see if this secondary unit can line up correctly. And
Greenville's going to throw a wide receiver screen. It's going to be complete, breaking tackles, and it's going to take it out for the longest gain of the night. There is a flag down that may be a face mask on Eufaula. That play gained 7 yards, but if it's a face mask, it will be the first down of the night for Greenville.
Yep, a lot of new jerseys out there, and with all that shifting and stuff going on, it'll be interesting to see that we line up correctly. They take out the 2 receivers and bring in the 2 linemen here. So let's see if they go back to the run on this play.
We appreciate what's that?
75 still having a great night.
Yeah.
Down 43-0.
We appreciate the score update. Central Phoenix City and Opelika tied at 7. We're not sure exactly where they are in that game action, but thank you for
played at Opelika too.
The second consecutive penalty going to go against Eufaula as they shifted, and our defensive linemen followed them. The linemen they were pulling 2 linemen from the right side of the line, going to shift them over to the left side of the line.
Hey, you're taught to follow the pulling guard.
That's right. Well, he followed him, but before the ball was snapped, now they're going to actually call it against Greenville, so we'll take that one. We didn't see it, but they're going to, So that, I believe, Doug, is the 6th time they've gotten a penalty when they shifted, and they've only caused us to jump and got the penalty on us 1 time.
I would call that a 6. Wait a minute. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 6-5 defense for the Tigers.
Just a wildcat this time as they run up into the line. He does break the line of scrimmage. He's going to pick up about 4 yards after the penalty. So a 4-yard gain on that play. So Greenville was exactly 1 penalty. That'll end the third quarter. Eufaula goes to the fourth quarter. 12 minutes remaining in this one. Eufaula leads 43-0. We'll be right back.
Benny Whitehead Incorporated has called Eufaula home since 1965. Today, the family-owned business owns and operates 119 tractors and trailers and employs over 150 people. Benny Whitehead is nationally known as a leader in safety and keeping the air clean and fuel consumption low. Benny Whitehead Incorporated loves Eufaula and would like to wish Lakeside and Eufaula safe and successful.
Somebody cannot come to us, we go to them. It's something that we do on a regular basis, something we don't mind doing, and we work on a contingency basis.
No one has to pay us any money up front.
They do not have to pay us unless we collect for them, unless we are successful in resolving their case through a settlement or through trial.
They don't have to pay us any money unless we get favorable results for them. If you're hurt in a car wreck, call Penn and Seaborn. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
We were looking during the timeout, we were looking at the history of this series. Eufaula actually won in 1999 in the first round of the playoffs. That was a state semifinal team back in 99. Eufaula beat Greenville 40-0 that year. The last time these two hooked up was in 2017. Eufaula won 40-14. There was one other time the Tigers put over 40 on the more than 42-6 back in 2005. So there's been several lopsided Eufaula victories in the series. And
a 15-yard carry by number 6 that time.
Yeah, starting tailback now running a wildcat against the backup Eufaula Tigers, and
the first down.
The first earned first down. They got one by penalty.
Yes.
So 15 yards on that carry, and Greenville with a first down on the first play of the fourth quarter. So 1st and 10, Greenville. They're going to shift around, and
now if that's offsides, where was ours earlier?
Yeah, they're going to give it to them.
That'll put them in Eufaula territory for actually the second time, but it was after the interception on one. 11-10.
They're still running the clock, though, thankfully. They didn't stop the clock during this penalty situation here. So we'll be under 11 when the ball snapped here from the Tiger 48-yard line, it looks like. 1st and 5 for Greenville. All this shifting around. Still 9 on the play clock. They're still shifting. 6. They snap it to Wildcat, running to the right, looking to turn the corner. Eufaula's going to bring him down at the 39-yard line. So it's going to be a gain. A late flag came down. I don't
75 again.
It's going to be on 75 probably this time. That was he was blocking against number 90. We don't have 90 on our roster, but he was blocking late, had him down on the ground. That play actually picked up 7 yards.
Yeah, it was 1st and 5, so they got a first down, but that's going to be a penalty. You know, he's an enthusiastic young man, but he's cost them an awful lot tonight.
Well, he's big, too. We talked about it. 6'6", 280. Personal foul. But it was a dead ball after the fact, so it'll be first down, a 7-yard gain. And that's 3 first downs for Greenville in this possession if they didn't have a first down the entire night up until this possession. That takes it back into Greenville territory. 1st and 10 from the 46.
Was that his second? I guess there's not a rule where you got to come out in high school.
That was his second personal foul penalty. 1st and 10, Greenville from the 46. They go with their musical chairs on offense, moving, shifting people around. 10-15 counting here. There's a snap. Wildcat.
My goodness.
Young Tiger defense does a good job bringing him down. Look at the forward progress they gave him. He went down the 44-yard line. They mark him out at the 46. He never saw the 46. He never got across the 45, but it'll be a 1-yard gain when they get through marking it.
66 for them was holding our 97 terribly bad.
Man, hot dogs $1. If I saw the menu correctly, were hot dogs $6 regularly beforehand? I looked at them. They're marked down to $1 now.
It's about like buying them at Bagby Golf Course.
They're shifting 3 shifts on this snap. Second down, right at 10 yards ago. They're going to run straight into the line. The young Tiger defense has done a good job as they stack it up for about a 2-yard gain. 2-yard gain on that play. On the bottom of that pile was 97 Xavier Dennis. He is a sophomore. He plays a good bit for the Tigers, but he was in there. 77 also, Dracavius Baker. We've seen him in there quite a bit here in the second half. Also in there on the D-line is Dias Barnett. We saw him make a big hit earlier. And a linebacker for Eufaula, Elliott Clayton. He's a sophomore. Mostly sophomores here on the defense right now for Eufaula. We'll try to get some of these numbers for you here momentarily.
And they're doing a good job against the big Greenville line.
3rd down and 8 for Greenville. 8:39 and counting here in the fourth quarter. 43-0 Eufaula leads. Wildcat around the left side. Elliott Clayton was held very badly right in front of the officials. And, of course, they didn't call the flag, but I don't know if you saw that, Doug, or not, but they had 26 just stretching his jersey. I'm sorry, it wasn't Elliott that he was getting held. It was actually Caden Ingram that time. But that's going to be a first down, the fourth one of this possession for Greenville. Only 4 on the night for Greenville. Is that picked up positive yardage in a Greenville first down. UMS leading Gulf Shores 28-21 in the fourth quarter. We knew that would probably be a good game. Everybody knows about UMS. Gulf Shores got a good team this year as well. Play clock is about to run out, and Greenville's going to call the timeout. So with the timeout on the field, we'll step aside, take a timeout as well. We'll be back with more Tiger football after this.
Hey Tiger fans, this is Lauren Streeter with Wiregrass Realty, and I'm here to tackle all your real estate needs. Let's team up and make a touchdown on your new home. Give me a call today, 334-614-7409. Go Tigers!
Hey Tiger fans, Daniel Pulley here, your local Chick-fil-A Eufaula owner-operator. We are so excited to be the official sponsor of the weekly Eufaula Tiger Coaches Show for the 2022 football season. Join us for the live show at Chick-fil-A Eufaula every Thursday starting at 6 p.m. Our incredible team is ready to serve you. And don't forget, eat more chicken.
And we're back in Greenville where the Tigers lead the Greenville Tigers 43-0 with 7:41 to go in the fourth quarter. Greenville with a 1st and 10 from the Tiger 41-yard line as they've shown some offensive life here on this possession against the young Tiger defense. There they go, shifting again. They have not run a play tonight without shifting significantly, at least 2 different shifts. They're going to run the Wildcat to the left side. This time he picks the open field. He's going to score a touchdown. 41 yards out. Greenville's going to score. That comes with 7:15 to go. They're going to let the clock continue to run. So 43-0 becomes 43-6.
Yeah, that young man come in, has got 6 carries for 72 yards and a touchdown. He's got it done. They may be saying, why didn't we give it to him earlier?
He's been playing all night. He's been beside the quarterback. They just haven't handed him the ball. He is 6'1", 220. He's a big running back. Of course, Jarrell talked about him last night. Ronald Davis, 6'1", 220, a senior. Showed pretty good speed as well.
Interesting here. They're going to line up apparently in the swinging gate, but attempt the extra point as the kicker, old school, changing to a kicking shoe. You haven't seen that in a long time.
Well, they've only kicked it off one time tonight, and he kicked it pretty deep on a 3-step drop.
2-1, play clock, the game clock, or play clock is over. There's the flag.
But he kicked it deep, straight ahead. Like you said, old school. He is the punter as well.
Let me see something. He earns extra point if he's got it tied up with a shoestring. No, he does not.
That's Christian Hall. He is a senior, 5'11", 185, but he has got a good leg between punting and his straight ahead kicking.
They send in 2 more people. My goodness, were they that short? Or 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. They got 11.
7:12 to go. There's a kick. Kick is up. Kick is good. So 43-7 is a new score with 7:12 to go in the fourth quarter of play. So this was the biggest margin in this series up until that last touchdown. Now it would be the second largest margin at this juncture, pending what happens from here on out.
Well, the Tigers still have some. We were actually talking about it. I can't remember if it was on the coach's show. I think it was after the coach's show last night. With the new 40-second clock that they started last year, of course, with a running clock it may be better, but the 40-second clock, you can run out the clock if the other side does not have any timeouts with about 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes 30 seconds, somewhere in that range, just depending on how they spot it and stuff. You can run it out, but still 7 minutes here. Eufaula with all 3 timeouts, Greenville with 2. I wouldn't think they would use them here, but we'll see. Eufaula 5 men up close. It's the hands front line. It's not linemen out there, so they're on guard for a onside kick.
You know the starting defense is going to let the reserve guys hear it next week in practice, or maybe even on the way home this evening. Kickoff going to be returned this time. It's going to be, I believe it's going to be Nick. A late flag comes down. And we'll have to see what it is. That's Nick Floyd on that return for Eufaula.
One of their guys and one of our guys was at it, kind of chicken fighting over here right in front of the Greenville bench. Not sure who that's going to go against, but we'll see.
9:06 Central Standard Time with 6:54 to go in this game. Hopefully this
another personal foul against them. I started to say a few minutes ago I saw the Tigers helping some of the Greenville Tigers players up. Some of that aggressiveness, I guess, is the best way to say it. Looked like it was taken out of Greenville, but not after that kickoff, touchdown and kickoff play there. We'll take it out to midfield, right at mid. It's going to be just shy of midfield is where the ball is spotted.
So Eufaula with a new quarterback in the game. That new quarterback is going to be DeMarcus Cobb from midfield. Cobb takes it, going to throw a pass. Has a man out there. It's going to be forced out of bounds. It was intended that time for number 13, Thomas Hill, sophomore receiver. It's going to be second down and 10. As Cobb throws a pretty good ball, we saw him throw a nice pass up in the jamboree. Went for a touchdown on that play against Southside Selma.
Was he left-handed there?
He is left-handed. It was the same play. They scored on a touchdown about 60 yards out against Southside Selma. Motion back to the right. Going to hand it off. Number 5 for Eufaula. Going to have a positive play. Stays on his feet. He is still on his feet. As he looked like he was in the washing machine on spin cycle that time as he kept getting turned around. But we do not, Javarius Washington was who carried the ball that time. He's a wide receiver for the Tigers. He picked up 7 yards on that play, third down and a long 3.
With an incomplete pass on the first one, not a lot of time taken off yet. Maybe the Tigers can pick up a first down here. They can really put a hurting on that clock.
Throw it complete. Break the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a first down. First and 10 Tigers. The young Tigers move the sticks. That pass complete on that far side. We still can't tell the number. It looks like number 17. That would be Jonathan Jackson, a junior wide receiver for Eufaula.
Heat timeout with 5:43 to go. We'll take
I think it's mandated, is it not?
The first 3 weeks of the season, I think so, yeah. We'll take a short timeout and be back with the end of this game here on Eufaula Tiger Football Network.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? Is it a cool lake breeze on a hot summer day or by a warm fire on a cold night? Make every room in the house as inviting as the next. Also, make the air fresh and clean for everyone and keep humidity where it belongs. At Carrier, comfort means more than just the temperature. Contact Brown Heating and Air Condition, 714 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-5244.
I never did.
And we're back in Greenville as Tigers bring it up on a first down play from the 38-yard line of the Greenville Tigers. These young Tigers move the sticks. They pick over at midfield. They've moved it. It's under 6 minutes now. 5:40. The clock's running. They're going to hand it off inside. Number 84 with some speed. He darts inside. He's going to take it forward for about 8 yards quickly. 84 is not on our roster. He's not on our roster. There's a flag on the field, though, laying at the 37-yard line. We'll have to wait and see what that is. Personal foul, Eufaula. So that'll be a dead ball penalty, I guess. We'll see where they mark this off from. It was an 8-yard gain on that play. It was a good run. It nullifies that good run from number 84. They are going to mark it off from the end of the play, so it'll be second down. So I guess they call it a dead ball penalty. So it's second down now and 17 yards to go. Second 17, 5-10 and counting here in the football game. 84 again. He hits a hole hard. He's fighting for yardage. He's going to take it forward, past the original line of scrimmage. He is still on his feet. They're going to mark him after an 8-yard gain down to the 37. He was still on his feet, though, as there was a rugby scrum down there. And it's going to be third down when all is said and done. The clock's running with 4:45 to go. 43-7. 43-7. Opelika leads Central 14-7. That would be an upset. So Eufaula looking to the sidelines on 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9.
Enterprise was leading Smith Station 51-0 at the half.
So 3rd and 9. Tigers are going to snap it here. They're going to toss it to number 5 around the right end. He's going to go forward. He's still running hard. He's going to be short of his first down, but he's going to make it in a manageable situation for the potential 4th down play. 4 minutes and counting here in the game. That was Javarius Washington on that carry for Eufaula. This has taken a long time in between. Was there a flag on the play?
Appears to be.
Goodness.
Somebody, I think, has just been ejected.
Yeah, you hate to see that, but Greenville's been pretty.
What number is this guy?
It's 50. I think it's
59. Yeah, I think he just got the boot.
But they call a personal foul. They said against Eufaula. But Greenville's been super aggressive. 75-59 for Greenville's been super aggressive all night long. But they did call that a personal foul against Eufaula. I don't know.
Yeah, if it was offsetting.
The good news is it's 3:45 to go in the game. It's 4th down now. Eufaula's going to run it here on 4th down. They're going to run a little speed sweep. He's going to be tackled for no gain on the play, maybe a loss of a yard, but that's going to turn it back over to Greenwood. 3:30 to go in the game.
Well, maybe the young Tigers could come out and hold them because you wouldn't want to see them score.
I don't know why we didn't punt the ball there. We were with the wind. Why not just punt it?
That's a good question for the next week's coaches show.
We need to write that one down. I'll forgive it by Thursday. So, 1st and 10 Greenville, 3:23 to go in the 4th quarter, 43-7. The Eufaula Tigers lead in this one. We're not going to see at least 2 shifts before they snap the ball here. They shift number 1. Now shift number 2, they shift into a double wing. Now they're going to run a wildcat straight up into the middle, and they're going to take it forward for helmet comes off.
A lot of helmets coming off tonight.
Yeah. That's going to be a gain of about 8 yards on that first down play. The Greenville player is going to check out. That was number 22, Abner, Jaquise Abner. 2:54 and counting here in the game. We are sitting at 9:14 Central Time, Doug. It was over an hour later than this last week when the ball game was over. 2nd down and 2. Here we go. Shift number 1 and shift number 2. 2nd down and 2. They're going to run number 6 on a wildcat, and the young Tigers are going to come down and bring it in for about a 3-yard gain. It's good enough for a Greenville first down. That would be the 5th first down of the night for Greenville, but all 5 of those have come in the last 2 possessions against the Tiger reserves. Greenville did not pick up a first down against the Tiger starters tonight.
Yeah, and I was glad to see that they signaled to stop the clock while they moved the chains, but they just kept on keeping on, and they've done set the 40-second clock. So.
First and 10, Greenville from the 41-yard line of Eufaula, 150 and counting. Going to be a quarterback keeper around the end on a wildcat play. Looking to turn the corner. They're going to run him out of bounds at the 31. That picks up 10 yards. They keep the clock running with 1:34. You got to give them credit running the clock here. They're ready to go home too. With Greenville with the ball in Tiger territory, that was a first down, and they went out of bounds, so they could have stopped it there. Should have stopped it there, but they keep it running.
Yeah. start the 25-second play clock there. Might have been 40, but much shifting as they do, they're going to be down to about 2 more plays here.
That's right. 1:08 and counting here. 1st and 10 from the 31 of Eufaula. They snap it with 1:03. Looking to turn the corner, but Eufaula's there. They bring him down for a loss of a yard on the play. That happened with 55 seconds to go in the game. Clock is running. We'll wait and see. Like Doug said, they'll have to hurry to get 2 more snaps, actually.
Yeah, 40-second play clock. So 32 on the play clock, 42 on the game clock. We'll see.
So 34 seconds. They're going to shift. They snap it now with 34 seconds on the clock. Running straight up the middle is number 6. He went down at the 23-yard line with 24 seconds on the clock. Unless Greenville has 2 timeouts remaining, unless they use a timeout here, this will be the final play barring a penalty, unless they score on it.
They're signaling a play. They did not shift last time, trying to get off a play in a hurry. Down to 9, 8, 7. They're going to get one last play off.
He's going to look to turn the outside. He's cutting it back inside. He's going to be tackled just inside the 10-yard line. As the horn sounds, this one's mercifully over. 43-7, the Tigers win. 36-point victory, Doug. What a great win for the Tigers. They come 2 hours. You're always concerned when you come on the road, you make this long road trip. There was possibility of inclement weather. You know, they wanted to move this game to last night. There was rain last night. Tonight, it was perfect. Cool, breezy, nice night for football. Tigers go home next week 3-0 on the season, 2-0 in region number 2. They're tied atop the region with Charles Henderson, and they have a big game with Pike Road coming in. So, you know, Tiger fans, if you're at home watching this one tonight, you want to see a good football game, come out to Tiger Stadium next week.
And we've seen steadily progress, I guess is what I'm trying to say. We've seen them make good progress each week since the Jamboree game, and looking better and better. A few more things to work on, always something to work on, but a few more things that we saw here tonight, but a much improved Eufaula Tiger squad tonight.
No doubt about it. So a good game all the way around for Eufaula. They win 43-7 for Charles Irvin and Doug Apple, and I'm Keith Bryan wishing a good night and a great weekend. Go Tigers.